The following is a special presentation of the Westmoreland Sports Network.
One of the very best players in the entire country.
Aiden Judon, Mr. Electricity.
Amon with the carry, and he's in again for his second touchdown of the night. Dives for the pylon, and he's got it.
Touchdown, Norwood. Jackson Pons. Touchdown.
Westmoreland County High School football is on the air. This is 2024 Westmoreland County High School football, live on the Westmoreland Sports Network, presented by World Class Transmission Service in Delmont. We'll have you back on the road fast. By Westmoreland Drug and Alcohol Commission, making recovery a reality. By Murray Auto Electric in Delmont. We'll find your shorts. By Sendell Volkswagen in Greensburg. We would love to meet you. By Independence Health System. Expert care here. By D'Annunzio's Italian Restaurants. 4 decades of Italian home-style dining at its finest. By East Suburban Sports Medicine. They have the best care, hands down. By Smale Kia in Greensburg. Reputation, value, experience. By Greco Family Dentistry in Murraysville. Healthy smiles naturally. By The Collision Shop by Jason Mignon in Greensburg. Changing the way your vehicle is repaired. By Bowser. That's the power of Bowser. By Play It Again Sports in Greensburg. See you at the store. By the Mike Reese Memorial Fund. Advancing youth athletics from the ground up. By Manor Valley Golf Course in Export. Your next golf adventure awaits at Manor Valley. And by Seton Hill University. Find your forward at Seton Hill University. Now, the Westmoreland Sports Network takes you live to the stadium for tonight's pregame show, powered by Bowser. Here's Jonathan Whaley.
Tonight, it's week 9 of the high school football season, and it's also the last week of the regular season. It is also senior night for the Franklin Regional Panthers, as 16 seniors will be recognized before the game that will be playing their potentially last home game at Panther Stadium. Good evening. I'm Jonathan Whaley in my 13th consecutive season of delivering you the play-by-play of Franklin Regional Panthers football on the Westmoreland Sports Network, and welcome to the Westmoreland Sports Network's 15th consecutive year of broadcasting Westmoreland County sports. Producing tonight's live video stream of this broadcast is Nicolette Peterson, and capturing the video is Ricky Pitzer. Franklin Regional has clinched third place in the Big East Conference and has earned a berth in the WPIL playoffs, which begin next Friday night. The pairings will be announced tomorrow afternoon at 3 p.m. by the WPIAL Football Committee. Last week, the Panthers bowed to the Woodland Hills Wolverines here at Panther Stadium 27-17. Woodland Hills' victory clinched the Big East Conference Championship for the Wolverines. FR led 3-0 after the first period on a 29-yard field goal by senior kicker number 9, Joey Bain, with 47 seconds left in the first quarter. Woodland Hills took the lead with 40 seconds left before halftime at 7-3 on a 3-yard TD run by junior quarterback Cam Walter and an extra point by junior kicker Jacob Moroz. The Panthers took the opening possession of the third quarter the length of the field and got their final lead of the game when the WPIL's second leading rusher, senior running back number 26 Kyle Dupiel, finished the drive with a 12-yard run with 8:55 left in the third quarter, and following Bain's successful point-after touchdown, held a 10-7 advantage. However, Woodland Hills scored the next two touchdowns in the third period, the first on a 19-yard catch by their big play receiver, Scoop Smith, on their first possession in the third quarter with 5:37 remaining to move ahead 14-10. Then, with just 23 seconds left in the third quarter, senior running back Elijah Nesby scored on a 4-yard run to increase their lead to 21-10 with 3 quarters complete. Woodland Hills effectively iced the game when Scoop Smith produced a scintillating 82-yard catch and run from their own 18-yard line with 2:51 left to play in the game to increase their lead to 27-10. Panthers senior running back number 4 Jude Gentile scored on a 16-yard run with 51 seconds remaining for the final score, Woodland Hills 27 and Franklin Regional 17. Meanwhile, Franklin Regional's opponent tonight, the Armstrong Riverhawks, are 0-5 and in last place in the Big East Conference. They fell last week at home to the Penn Trafford Warriors 35-14. They have lost their last 7 games in a row. Their 2 touchdowns last week were a result of sophomore quarterback number 2, Jaden Oliver, connecting with senior wide receiver number 1, Kyan Klein. The blue and orange adorned Riverhawks are under the direction of head coach Frank Fabian. The navy blue and Vegas gold-clad Panthers are under the tutelage of 4th-season head coach Lance Getsy. This is his 6th season as a head coach, with his first 2 seasons spent at the helm of the Charleroi Cougars. He has 24 years of coaching experience on the varsity level. He played collegiately at Slippery Rock University as a tight end. He is a graduate of Steel Valley High School and teaches in the Franklin Regional School District. Coach Getsy is the parent of 2 daughters, Taylor, who is a student at Westminster College, and Kaylee, who graduated from Westminster College this spring, and she is teaching in the Best Center School District. The Panthers would like to go into the playoffs off of a win and go into the start of the postseason next week feeling good about themselves. Right after this break, I will return with more of our pregame show presented by Bowser. The power of price, selection, and service. That's the power of Bowser. Visit POWEROFBOWSER.com. Folks, you're watching Franklin Regional Panthers football on the Westmoreland Sports Network.
Drive like a champion with Bowser Chevrolet of Monroeville. You're always on the winning team with Bowser Chevrolet. Visit BowserChevrolet.com 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and get the power of Bowser in your hands. Customize your payments, apply for financing, get a value for your trade and more with the Bowser Express store. See the full lineup of Chevy cars, trucks, and SUVs at BowserChevrolet.com. Bowser Chevrolet, where the power of Bowser is yours.
Coming winter 2024, DBAT Pittsburgh East will be bringing the DBAT Sports family to Pittsburgh's East neighborhoods, featuring a 20,000 square foot state-of-the-art baseball and softball training facility with 4 dual Fungoman automatic pitching machines, 9 lesson cages featuring the best training tech in the game, including pro-sized baseball and fast-pitch bullpens, elite speed, strength, and agility coaching, professional baseball and softball instruction, 50-plus camps, clinics, party room, and a pro shop powered by pro-preferred brands Rawlings and Easton. Now offering Founders Club memberships. Learn more at dbatpiteast.com.
At World Class Transmission Service, we're committed to providing excellence in customer service, the highest quality work, and the most cost-effective solutions for you. We'll have you back on the road fast and with the least effect on your wallet. Don't let our low prices fool you. The quality of our work is of the highest standard. Our qualified, professional, and experienced team uses the most advanced, modern equipment to diagnose, repair, and service your vehicle. To learn more, call or stop in today.
Come to D'Annunzio's in Latrobe at the Arnold Palmer Regional Airport and experience our Sunset Terrace overlooking the runway. Enjoy the unique, peaceful vistas from the terrace while you have lunch or dinner. You even have a great opportunity to see flight traffic coming into and flying out of the airport. D'Annunzio's also has entertainment on the Sunset Terrace every Friday night, weather permitting, from 6 to 9. Give D'Annunzio's Latrobe a call today to book your reservation for the Sunset Terrace.
I'm ready. Yep.
Well, it's the final night of the regular season for high school football. I'm visiting with head coach Lance Ketchy. The Panthers looking to go into the postseason with a good taste in their mouth, I'll say, after last week's home loss to Woody High here at Panther Stadium. And Coach, we'll talk about that, but let's talk about senior night. You know, it's always a special night when the young man that, in your case, your fourth season, they've all been coming up through the system with you as the head coach. What that means for this night, and then talk a little bit about some of the seniors that maybe have an opportunity, if they want to go play football at a higher level.
Well, I'll tell you, this group's a special group. They were freshmen my first year as a head coach here. So they're the ones that, you know, kind of understood the culture from the get-go, the culture that I was trying to bring. And you know, we got really close. We got 16 seniors. They all play. That's not very common. So
some guys are like a senior, but they haven't played much football.
Right. So all of ours play at some point in the game, and all contribute, big contributors to our team. So it's definitely a bittersweet thing. I'm proud of them. I'm happy to see them succeeding, but it's going to be hard not being able to coach them anymore.
And particularly, like you said, these guys are playing football and playing quality time, and to see their last, regular season game here, you like to see them have a good performance. And also from last week, let's transition, talk a little about that game last week. Big game for both teams, yours and Woodland Hills. The Panthers took that touchdown drive. I love that drive in the third quarter, by the way. I don't know if you watched the broadcast, but it's almost like you scheme those things, because when you win the coin toss, most coaches, and you're one of them, you want to have that ball to start the second half, knowing what you need to get, or if you're behind. You guys handled that perfectly, come out and going the length of the field, and it was Kyle Dupeal carrying the mail again for you.
Yeah, I think it was Kyle. It was a little bit of Jude, a little different sets that we put in, utilizing both of them in the backfield to keep them honest. Everyone's loading the box against us. You got to be able to, manipulate that. But we got to get the passing game going a little bit better. It's been struggling, and I think we missed a couple of things that could have been wide open touchdowns last week, but and then special teams blunder again, and field position just got us behind the 8 ball, and once that, I thought we had things going the right way, then they blocked the punt, and then it just seemed like it was the same thing as from the Penn Trafford week.
Yeah, like those breakdowns in that area, a punt getting blocked. When's the last time the Panthers had a punt block in the game? To me, it's been quite a while.
Penn Trafford. Whenever we dropped the ball and then they blocked. Week before, yeah. So, when those things happen, that's whenever bad things happen. I think that we played great football. We moved the ball. Kyle had over 200 yards rushing. I mean, we moved the ball on that team. I thought our defense played great, other than a couple of quarterback scrambles. We had to adjust to a different quarterback coming in because their quarterback got hurt, yeah. And we were game planned for the other guy and Cam, but then he came in and we had to make some adjustments. He hit a couple big runs on us, but I thought overall, we really shut them down, except for until the very end of the game when they got one big play. But before that, all we had to do is put the ball in the end zone. I liked how we moved the ball, but we got to play a little bit better special teams and take care of the ball.
Now, tonight's opponent, the Armstrong Riverhawks, we haven't played them in a while. I don't know since you've been the head coach. I remember going up there at some time in the last 13 years when they had that great running back that went to the Ivy League.
Judick.
Yes, and he was a monster back then. This year, they've lost 7 games in a row coming into tonight. They haven't won since the 3rd game of the season. I know you looked at them on film. Let me talk about some of the key players. The quarterback with Jaden Oliver, and then they've got a receiver with Joe Blanowitz, I think, leads in receiving.
Yeah, I think these guys, they compete. They're not a bad football team. They just play in 5A, and in 5A any week. And we played all close games. We just most of the time we're coming out on the good side. But in this team, they have a lot of weapons. They play physical up front. They'll load the box. They try to bring a lot of pressure, a lot of blitzes. They've been letting up some big plays. in the passing game, so that's something that's been hurting them. And you know, and they have to really throw the ball. They haven't, you know, ran the ball consistently all year, and that's hard to win in Western Pennsylvania if you don't run the ball consistently.
Wow, how fast the season goes by. As I'm looking at you here before the game and chatting, I remember back in August when we were doing the interview at the Manor Valley Golf Course, talking about it. And here it is, the last week of the regular season. Wow, all that preparation, right? Off-season work and all. And then those 9 weeks of the regular season play go by so quickly. Your thoughts about that?
Yeah, you know, it's surreal, but we're definitely looking forward to like another season starting next week. Right. So hopefully, you know, we can turn things around and just prolong this. You know, I live in a moment. I don't really think about the season being over because it's not over. So I'm looking forward to, you know, this game tonight and then preparing all weekend for a playoff game. And I love sitting down and watching the film and breaking down film all day and trying to get prepared and game planning. So I'm looking forward to that. And hopefully if we do that the right way, we can play with anybody. We just got to stop making little mistakes.
And maybe do you think sometimes just the club shows flashes, you know, against all these teams, William Hill High and Penn Trafford, that you can beat them. But it seems like can't get that knockout punch. I'm thinking about your game at Penn Trafford. Right. You know, watch how you putting up all the yardage and everything, but get 6-pointers out of that.
Yeah, I mean, there's just little things that we're missing. And, you know, until we get those things corrected, you know, things aren't going to change. But I think our guys are learning. They want this badly. They're working hard. It's just we got to, you know, hopefully, you know, correct some of those mistakes and moving forward.
As you look back, last game of regular season, I think, is a moment of reflection. In a few words or a few thoughts, what have been some of the things that you have been real pleased about coaching this Panther team this year?
I think that these kids exceeded expectations. You know, no one talked about this team. You lose an Aiden Hudock, you lose an Owen Sinclair, you lose certain guys. People don't think you're going to be as good. But they don't realize that the year before we lost to Roman Sornak, and right. Guess what? We still perform. These kids battle, they fight. They deserve a lot of credit. They've made the playoffs 4 years in a row in a tough 5A. Right. And this is the first year that they're taking 12 teams. So we've been in a top 8 team every year I've been here, and I think that, you know, we want to make that next step and be the top 1. But so there's a lot of other teams, and there's a lot of good teams in 5A, and it's not easy. I think you ask any coach that coaches in this level of football, it is a battle week after week, and I enjoy that. I think the kids enjoy it, and they really are honing in on the excitement of what playoff football is going to be this year.
Well, Coach, we've not had a rain, correct me if I'm wrong, in a game all year. Now, they're calling for maybe tonight some rain. Can we make it through the regular season without having to play in any of those rainy conditions?
It never rains on this field when we're on the field.
Well, I hope you're right, Coach. Coach, it's been, again, wonderful talking with you throughout the season, and I want to see the Panthers be able to win this game, get the break that you're looking for in terms of another game that could impact the home field game for you next week or being on the road, and then go into next week with that home game and a chance for these seniors to play here one more time.
Yeah, home games are always great, but, you know, we've been road warriors all year, so we'll take whatever we can get, and we're just going to be pleased that we're in the playoffs, and hopefully we could go and make some noise.
And, of course, next year, 6 on the road becomes 6 at home, 4 on the road. You're smiling as we talk about that. You want to get rid of that road warrior name a little bit.
It does not bother me either way. Let's just go play football.
Coach, congratulations on another wonderful playoff season, and hopefully the team will finish strong and go into the playoffs with some momentum next week. Thanks for the visit.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
That is head coach Lance Getty of the Franklin Regional Panthers. We'll be back with more of our pregame show as you're watching Franklin Regional Panthers football on Senior Recognition Night, only on the Westmoreland Sports Network.
Collision Shop by Jason Mignone is your one-stop shop for all things auto body repair. Our experienced technicians and state-of-the-art facilities have you covered on both passenger and heavy-duty vehicle repairs, including scratches, scrapes, and dents, free estimates, body repairs, welding, refinishing, glass replacement, and more. Our all-new alignment and calibration shop has the tooling, equipment, and staffing to ensure top-quality alignment and calibration adjustments for your vehicle. Our friendly office staff is more than happy to assist you through every step of your vehicle's repair process. Visit the Collision Shop by Jason.com for our complete list of services.
Play It Again Sports in Greensburg is your locally owned and operated sporting goods store. We set ourselves apart by offering a wide variety of both new and used equipment at competitive prices. Located in the Greengate East Plaza, below Walmart, Play It Again Sports' knowledgeable staff will help you and your family prepare for every athletic season. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or trade, we are here as your one-stop shop. At Play It Again Sports in Greensburg, everybody plays.
Does your car have an electrical problem? Call Murray Auto Electric. Need a remote starter for the winter? Call Murray Auto Electric. Need repairs to your power door locks, power windows, or windshield wipers? Murray Auto Electric does that too. Murray Auto Electric in Delmont offers a full line of services and products for your electrical and communication repair needs. Call 724-668-2100 or murrayautoelectric.com. We'll find your shorts.
The Hybrid Operating Room, the most advanced surgical environment in medicine. It's a new horizon for minimally invasive endovascular and cardiac surgeries. The Hybrid OR provides unparalleled imaging in the operating room. For patients, that means a shorter procedure, less recovery time, and reduced risk for complications. Independence Health System. Expert care here.
Okay, we're back just about under a minute as the Armstrong Riverhawks coming onto the field on the far side where their colors are blue and orange under Coach Frank Fabian, looking for their first win since the third week of the season. And the Panthers waiting to come through the line where the cheerleaders are and the band lined up here on senior night. Jonathan Whaley with you doing the play-by-play here in season number 13 for me. Nicolette Peterson handling the production work, and Ricky Pitcher providing you with the video of tonight's regular season finale between the Panthers and the Riverhawks. Tonight's other Big East Conference games, the Kiski Area Cavaliers 4-5, 2-3 at Woodland Hills taking on the Wolverines, who are 7-2 and 5-0 in the conference. A 7 p.m. kickoff there. The Penn Trafford Warriors 7-2, 4-1 in the conference. They're at Greater Latrobe to take on the Wildcats, who are 5-4 overall, 2-3 in the conference. And that's a 7 p.m. kickoff at Memorial Stadium in Latrobe. And the Hempfield Area Spartans 3-6 and 2-4 overall in Class 6A Section 1. They're at the Gateway Gators, who are 3-6 overall, 2-4 in the Big East Class 5A Conference at Pete Anna Marino Stadium, 7 p.m. kickoff in Monroeville. That's a non-conference game. So that is the Big East Conference teams playing the last game. Some teams playing their last game of the entire season. So that's what's coming up. Now, due to our late start to our pregame shows, in the background you hear the Franklin Regional Panthers coming onto the field. I will go over some of the Franklin Regional individual stats leaders from last week's game and the defensive and offensive leaders overall this season. I like to kind of update you folks with that each week so you'll know who's been performing well and doing some real good things to lead this team. So we'll talk about that. And also I'll have some statistics that I'll work in if I don't get it in during the first half. Some of the seasoned individual leaders for the Armstrong Riverhawks, our opponent here this evening. The Franklin Regional Panthers come into this football game. The all-time football program record at Franklin Regional stands at 316 wins, 278 losses, and 12 draws. And the band, the outstanding band here at Franklin Regional High School, one of the best high school bands in the land, and that's because they are rated that way in terms of how talented, how highly they're regarded as far as participating in the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade on a regular basis, the Tournament of Roses Parade out in California, which are two of the most highly regarded places for bands to go and perform, and they go almost every time they're eligible, and you can't do it every year once you're in it, so they've got that type of reputation. They won't be performing here at halftime today because they will be getting the band and the cheerleaders recognized at halftime. So I'll utilize some of that time to update you with some of the statistics and information about the Franklin Regional players that I wasn't able to get to tonight because we got our broadcast started a little bit later than scheduled. So both teams, and now the captain's coming onto the football field. And it's number 14 is one of the captains for the Armstrong Riverhawks. That is Chase Jablonski. Also out there is number 1, which is Kyan Klein. He's one of their top receivers. The quarterback, number 2, Jaden Oliver. And the other guy being blocked for the Panthers, of course, Austin Kearns, who got hurt in the Penn Trafford game, has been a captain all this year. He's out there along with number 10, McAllister Bresnahan, number 54, Andrew DeVola. And the Panthers win the toss, and they will defer. And what they like to do, and they will be kicking the ball off to start the football game. They did that last week, and they ended up taking the kickoff in the second half against Woody High and going the length of the field for a touchdown that gave them their last lead of the game. And so that's what's going on. And also Chase Lemke, the senior quarterback, one of the Panther captains. And listen to when Austin was coming across the field during the player recognition portion tonight, talking about he wants to go and play college football at the next level. And I think we're talking about exercise science is what he would like to study in college. And he's been an outstanding player throughout his entire career and has been a starter and a consistently good starter for his 3 years, and was having another terrific year for the Panthers this year on defense. And also he's been involved in the offense as a receiver, tight end, more than he's ever been in his career, and he's come through with some receptions in that area this year. So he's missing his second game in a row, and the injury he suffered at Penn Trafford is season-ending. He has to get surgery or will have gotten it, and he won't be back for the rest of the season, no matter how long the postseason run goes for Franklin Regional. So back twin safeties on the left side of your monitor. Number 24, Rex Harmon, 5'8", senior, 175. Matter of fact, they got 3 standing around the 5-yard line. And, of course, the last couple of games, Joey Bain has not been kicking the ball in the end zone. The first 4 or 5 games, it was almost every one was non-returnable touchback. But last week and then against Penn Trafford the week before, none of those were making it to the end zone. And talking to Coach Getsy about that, he said that he plays soccer and is a very good soccer player here at Franklin Regional and running on that soccer matches all the time. Maybe he's taking a little bit out of his leg strength. So that kick will be back to the 2-yard line, and they're going to fake the reverse and come from far to near, and the Panthers will put him out of bounds at around the 15-yard line. They fake the reverse handoff. It was Kyan Klein who ran the football up to about the 12-yard line. So long field for the Armstrong Riverhawks, the blue and orange attired team from Armstrong County. Next year, you heard me mention during our talk with Coach Getsy that we've reversed the schedule around. We'll play 6 games at home and 4 on the road. But one of the road games next year, as we'll close the season up at Armstrong, and they've got a new football stadium up there that what I saw online looks to be a very good-looking facility. And the quarterback will hand the ball off. They'll run it to the left side and maybe gets up to about the 19-yard line. So a decent pickup on that carry for Armstrong. Carrying the mail was Costa Kuknis, number 36, a junior, 5'7", 140, running back and defensive back. Football is on the left side of your screen at the 19-yard line. So they give him a gain of 2. Trip receivers to the far side of your formation as you look on your monitor. Single receiver to the bottom side. And the quarterback, Jaden Oliver, spells that first name Jaydon, is in the shotgun. Sidecar to his right. And he fakes and throws it out to the flat. Sets up that quick flanker screen. Gets it across the 20. Breaks through some tackles across the 30. He's got the first down. Nice job of running after the catch. And that is their top receiver, Kyan, Kyan Klein, senior, 6', 180. And they get their first down of the game. And that receiver took it all the way up to the 34. So a nice job of running after the catch. Oliver brings his team to the line of scrimmage again, same receiver formation. 3 to the far side, single receiver to the bottom of your screen. Sidecar this time is to the left. Quarterback is going to pitch it to that left side. And the Panthers have one guy miss, and then another Panther comes up and brings him down maybe a yard. But the initial Panther could have perhaps brought him down for a 2-yard loss. He couldn't make the tackle, but support came up quickly, and they got almost to the 35-yard line, so really about a half-yard gain. 2nd and 9, 10-15 and running, opening drive of the football game here on this Friday, October 25th. Again, a cool fall night, but we'll take that on October 25th. We're not having to deal with some other elements. Receiver in motion from far to near, hands it off. Now the quarterback gets it thrown back to him down that side. He's flying down the sideline to the 40, to the 30, to the 20, to the 10, and will be tackled short of the goal line, or is it a touchdown? I thought he looked like he was going to go down, but they are going to mark him short. So he takes it from the 35 down to the Franklin Regional 2. Nice, tricky play there by Frank Fabian as the quarterback tossed it to the receiver coming in motion from far to near, and then the receiver in motion went back to the quarterback, and Oliver showed he's got some wheels and took it all the way down to the 2 from the 35. That's a huge gain. It's a 63-yard run by Oliver, 1st and goal. Now they bunch 4 receivers to the near side, single receiver to the far side of this offensive set. Shotgun, and the quarterback's going to run it up in there, and he's hit short of the goal line. Oliver trying to finish that drive with a touchdown that he put it up and set it up here at the 2. So 2nd down. Tavola will be getting credit for that stop for Franklin Regional. But wow. And this is the team, and talking to Coach Getze before the game tonight, they have not been establishing that they can run the football very well. And in point of fact, that play was off of a pass that he took down 63 yards to the 2. Gives him a gain of 1, 2nd and 1 from the 1, between the hash mark. And they will toss it to the tailback, and he'll take it in for a 1-yard touchdown. Taking that in for the touchdown, number 36, Costa Kunis. And the Armstrong Riverhawks. And it looked like they act like they want to go for, well, now they're substituting. 1-yard TD run by Kunis, number 36. He's a junior, 5'7", 140. Extra point attempt coming up. The kicker trying to give them a 7-0 lead. Panthers offside, so there's really not much to move it up from the lineup for the extra point. So now he will try to complete the PAT. Kick is up, and it is good. They hesitated. Extra point is good. And so, on the opening drive of the game, a huge run, and the Armstrong Riverhawks take a 7-0 lead over FR. We'll be back right after this break.
Drive like a champion with Bowser Chevrolet of Monroeville. You're always on the winning team with Bowser Chevrolet. Visit BowserChevrolet.com 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and get the power of Bowser in your hands. Customize your payments, apply for financing, get a value for your trade and more with the Bowser Express store. See the full lineup of Chevy cars, trucks, and SUVs at BowserChevrolet.com. Bowser Chevrolet, where the power of Bowser is yours.
I feel like it's definitely very important, like for high school, because a lot of kids, get peer pressured into drinking and doing drugs. So like doing the events like in a school setting, I feel like definitely like try to prevent kids from like going to like parties and drinking and driving and doing drugs and being peer pressured.
We just want to, talk about the dangers of the substance abuse in our community, and we want to help be a part of stopping that.
All right, the kickoff return, and it was nicely done, as that was Jameer Austin, who's got an 80-yard kickoff return earlier this season for a touchdown at Hempfield, setting up good field position for the Panthers offense at their own 35, maybe just a hair beyond their own 35 for their first offensive possession. So it didn't take but a couple of plays for Armstrong to get the first touchdown on the board on the opening drive of the football game. Be officially at the 34. Franklin Regional will be moving right to left across your screen. Senior quarterback number is number 8, Chase Lemke, and of course the human bowling ball, the second leading rusher in the WPIL coming into the night, Kyle Dupeal. And they fake the toss. Lemke with time throws it up in the air down the field, and it is batted away at the last second at the 30-yard line. That pass was intended for Elijah Bennett, who's gotten 4 touchdown receptions on the year. Elijah is a senior, 6'1", 180. But on the opening play, they faked the toss to the near side to Dupeal, and teams have to honor that because Kyle was having a tremendous year. He's had 100 or more yards in every game so far this season, including last week's 208-yard outing against Woodland Hills. And so when you make that toss, the defense has to honor that. Good offensive line protection because he was under no duress, Lemke, and the ball was just thrown and competed for and batted. And then now a flag is thrown on the near side, and that looks to go. Well, we'll just wait. The official signaling. Well, let's see if it's going to be against Armstrong Riverhawks, and it apparently is, as they're retreating, wearing their blue pants, white jerseys, and the blue and orange trim. We played them a few years back. They weren't in our conference the last realignment period, but they moved up from 4A to 5A this year, and they were very successful last year in having a winning record. This year in Class 5A, it's a much different breed of cat, if you will, in terms of the quality of your opponents. And this time they give it to Dupeal, and Dupeal gets hit in the backfield, but still breaks the line of scrimmage and gets up to about the 42, gain of about 3 for Kyle. And again, he's a workhorse, carries the ball over 200 and something times this year. And last week he carried the mail 30 times for 208 yards, averaged 6.9 yards per carry. Had the Panthers' only touchdown in the game, and a long run last week of 21 yards for the senior, who also is interested in continuing his education and playing football at the next level. They're coming with a blitz. They toss it to the right side. He's through the line of scrimmage, across the 50, and all the way down before they finally gang tackle him at about the 38-yard line. First down FR, and a huge gainer on first down on the right side of that offensive line. And again, some good, tough running there by the Panthers. Tailback. And the ball is now at the 38-yard line. Between the hash marks, the Panthers moving right to left, looking to tie the score after the Riverhawks took it all the way down the field on their opening drive. They fake the toss to the near side. They throw it for the receiver. McAllister Bresnahan had it and dropped it around the 10-yard line. I thought he had his hands on that football, and he was still moving forward, and then the ball hits on the turf. I think that's the right call there. Incomplete pass, but that one was a pretty good throw by Chase Lemke. And Bresnahan, who comes into tonight leading the team in receptions, had what looked to be an opportunity there for a big gainer. 6:57. This is the first quarter. Riverhawks one possession. The Panthers in the midst of their first possession. So now the Panthers will set it. Receiver Bresnahan comes in motion from far to near. They hand the ball off to Dupeal. Dupeal cuts up that the middle, was coming to the left side, planted that foot and went north and south. And he took it down almost to the 30-yard line. So a nice pickup. It'll be third down. And they've got him at the 31. Looks like he's got to get 4 yards for the first down, right in the middle of the field. Coach Lance Getze in his 4th year as the head coach here at FR, also the offensive coordinator. Graduate of Still Valley High School, played collegiately at Slippery Rock University as a tight end. Riverhawks blitz, and Dupeal busted through the middle to the 20, 15, 10, touchdown. 29-yard touchdown run by Kyle Dupeal. The human bowling ball, and the Panthers are an extra point away from a tie. Again, he broke through the middle. They were blitzing on the outside, and when he got through the line of scrimmage, referring to Dupeal, he had nothing but green turf ahead of him, and he goes in untouched Bain on for the extra point to tie the game up. The senior kicker. Franklin Regional boys soccer team got through the first round of the playoffs, and that one's high and good by Bain. So Joey Bain hits the extra point, and with 6:12 to go in the first quarter, it is a 7-7 tie. You are watching Franklin Regional Panthers football on the Westmoreland Sports Network.
At World Class Transmission Service, we're committed to providing excellence in customer service, the highest quality work, and the most cost-effective solutions for you. We'll have you back on the road fast and with the least effect on your wallet. Don't let our low prices fool you. The quality of our work is of the highest standard. Our qualified, professional, and experienced team uses the most advanced, modern equipment to diagnose, repair, and service your vehicle. To learn more, call or stop in today.
Your next golf adventure awaits at Manor Valley Golf Course in Export. Manor Valley offers 18 scenic holes over gentle sloping fairways and the purest putting surfaces around. Manor Valley Golf Course in Export is the perfect place to host your next golf outing, banquet party, or shower. Manor Valley also offers league play and great membership rates. Tee times available. Call 724-744-4242. Visit manorvalleygc.com.
All right, we are back. The Panthers tying up with a nice drive of their own, which was about a 65-yard drive. Dupil's kick took it to the 1-yard line. They do that reverse handoff again, and he crosses the 15 and keeps his legs moving as he gets up to around the 17 or 18-yard line. And again, that's number 1. That's Kyan Klein, wide receiver, linebacker. Leads the team in receptions coming into the night. For a team that, according to Coach Getze, they have a team that passes the ball a lot, have not really established a run game this year. And again, folks, I mentioned they've lost 7 in a row. They came up from a 4A team to 5A, which is considered by most people to follow WPIL football to any length. The toughest classification of all of them is 5A. And then our conference has been traditionally, meaning the Big East, the toughest of the group. This year, probably the strongest conference is the one where Upper St. Clair has rolled over everybody this year. Non-conference opponent or conference opponent. Empty backfield. Oliver now runs the football up to the near side and will try to bounce away from a tackler, but maybe makes the 21. Tackle being made by Franklin Regional's number 12. That's Matthew Moore, a junior, 5'10", 155-pounder on the defensive backside. And Matthew Moore is a player that has evolved this year. He's become making more of an impact on the field these last 3 or 4 weeks. And I'm sure with the number of seniors graduating, 16 seniors, and I'll mention those players' names before our broadcast is done tonight for you folks. He'll be counting on next year on that defense. They run the option to the right side, crosses the 20, and that's Cuckness. And that young man's got their touchdown. Spells his last name, Couknas, Costa, Costa. So 3rd down and 5. Just the 3rd offensive series in this quarter. Number 5, you get a good look at your screen for Armstrong, and that's Quinn Olson, sophomore, 5'8", 140. Wide receiver lined up to the near side. And they like to run that 3-receiver set on the one side. This time it's on the offensive left. Shotgun formation. Sidecar to the right. Kookness. Oliver back. Throwing. He's got a receiver open. And the receiver will make the catch. Yes, he does. At the 45 and will take it to the 40. And yes, the receiver that made that catch, Kyan Klein. He got about 2 or 3 steps behind the coverage and made the diving catch. And when they tapped him down, he had got the football up to the 39-yard line. That's another big gainer. For them, that's their second big gainer. The quarterbacks run down to the 2 to set up their first touchdown, and now big gain there. 1st and 10 from the 39. A little trickery there to get it back. Oliver's got a man open at the 20-yard line, at the 10, and gets tripped up inside the 5. In the passing game here in this first quarter of Coach Frank Fabian and the Riverhawks, and their quarterback doing a nice job putting the ball where it needs to be, Jaden Oliver. And Klein has been the the leading receiver on that. And then one of the players who just made that last catch, I think, is hobbling off on that far side for Armstrong. But he did get off the field. So first and goal from the 6. Oliver, hands on his hips as he looks over to get the play call. Tailback behind him in the shotgun. 3 receivers to the near side. They go to the short side. A tackle made instantly. Olsen makes that catch, but he was immediately tackled and looked to be for Franklin Regional, making that stop Jake Weir, 6'1" senior defensive back. So they like to load the formation with receivers to one side and have one on the opposite side. In this case, he was on the short side of the field. And a good job out there on the coverage by Weir to not let him break that tackle, because if he breaks the tackle there, it's a touchdown for the Riverhawks. 3:34 to play in this first quarter. We're tied at 7, but the Riverhawks in business at the Franklin Regional 6-yard line. And now timeout, I think. One of the coaches over there. Yeah, timeout. Armstrong, let's take that break. We'll come back. We don't want you to miss the next activity. We'll be right back.
Winter 2024, DBAT Pittsburgh East will be bringing the DBAT sports family to Pittsburgh's East neighborhoods, featuring a 20,000 square foot state-of-the-art baseball and softball training facility with 4 dual Fungoman automatic pitching machines, 9 lesson cages featuring the best training tech in the game, including pro-sized baseball and fast-pitch bullpens, elite speed, strength, and agility coaching, professional baseball and softball instruction, 50-plus camps, clinics, party room, and a pro shop powered by pro-preferred brands Rawlings and Easton. Now offering Founders Club memberships. Learn more at dbatpiteast.com.
All right, we're back. 3:23 to go. The Riverhawks on their second drive of the game, looking to put some more on the board with big plays. And they have it second and goal from the 6-yard line. So no gain on that previous play. That good tackle by Weir. Quarterback now rolling to the near side, spins, and he's going down. Quarterback trap. Brent Hickey, one of the Panthers, putting him down. Also, Andrew DeVola, number 54. They would not let Oliver escape. So that's a loss back beyond the 10-yard line. 3rd down and 13. 3 minutes to go. North Hills 3, Central Valley nothing. If you're a Panther fan watching our broadcast tonight, you would like to see Central beat North Hills. It would enhance the playoff seeding for Franklin Regional tomorrow afternoon. Defensively, the tradition with Franklin Regional, even before I started doing the games under Coach Bada, and Coach Bada has been here as the winningest coach all time. Well, let's get back to it. And now a flag is being thrown. Receivers coming in motion from the trip side of the formation on the near side. And then that's going to be on the offense there. False start. So that'll move them back to the 18-yard line. But, yeah, defensively is something that Coach Bada was. Well, he was a defensive-oriented coach when he started his career as a head coach. He took a lot of pride in that. And I've seen it for the 13 years that I've been doing the games. In the last 4 under head coach Lance Getze, he succeeded Coach Bada. He's picked up on that. And the defense is normally one that you can hang your hat on pretty much every game with Franklin Regional football. 3rd and 18, receiver in motion. The quarterback looking, fires it down the sideline. He's got a man wide open. That's a touchdown. 18-yard, he was uncovered. 18-yard touchdown pass. The recipient on that pass, number 10, Joe Bartolowicz. And that is an 18-yard touchdown reception. And the way they are playing here tonight, you would not think Armstrong's lost 7 games in a row. And that comes with 2 minutes and 1 second to play here in quarter number 1. And, of course, the Panthers need to win this game. I want to get that out to try to benefit should Central Valley defeat North Hills tonight. The Panthers lose that, and even if North Hills would lose, that would benefit them. So Panthers, look, they got a bit of a battle in their hands. And that's why you can't take any team for granted. You know, you may think, well, we got more to play for. They're just playing out the string, lost 7 games in a row. If you didn't know their record coming into this game tonight, you wouldn't say they're 2-7. So a penalty will be assessed against Armstrong on the extra point. The kicker is Hunter Reed, number 23. Senior, 5'11", 160, punts and does the kicking for the Riverhawks. He's looking to make it a 14-7 advantage. And now another flag is thrown. But wow, how wide open was that receiver, Joe Blanowitz, and another false start call against the Riverhawks. Speaking of Blanowitz, he has 26 receptions, second on the team coming in for 230 yards, averaging 8.8 yards per catch, and he's got 2 TDs now. That's his 3rd touchdown catch of the year for Joe. Meanwhile, will we ever get this extra point attempt? This is going to be like a field goal now. Be 40-yard extra point. They're marking it at the 23. So this is a field goal here, and so now they're not going to kick it. Looks like they're going to go for it. Twin receivers to each side, throwing it down the side, down the seam, and I think he did not get in there. He did not make it into the end zone, and so the 2-point pass is no good. We'll take a break and come back, but Armstrong 2 for 2 on drives and touchdowns, and they have came back to get the advantage. It's Armstrong 13 and the Franklin Regional Panthers 7. We'll be right back.
Coming winter 2024, DBAT Pittsburgh East will be bringing the DBAT Sports family to Pittsburgh's East neighborhoods, featuring a 20,000 square foot state-of-the-art baseball and softball training facility with 4 dual Fungoman automatic pitching machines, 9 lesson cages featuring the best training tech in the game, including pro-size baseball and fast-pitch bullpens, elite speed, strength, and agility coaching, professional baseball and softball instruction, 50-plus camps, clinics, party room, and a pro shop powered by pro-preferred brands Rawlings and Easton. Now offering Founders Club memberships. Learn more at dbatpiteast.com.
East Suburban Sports Medicine Center, Western Pennsylvania's #1 physical therapy practice since 1984, is always offering same-day or next-day appointments for all new patients. With 8 convenient locations and extensive therapy services, ESSMC offers the best care anywhere, hands down. Call 412-856-8060 or visit ESSMC.com to schedule today. ESSMC Physical Therapy. Your health, your decision.
All right, kickoff is short, and the Panthers will bring it up the near sideline, and looks to be down around the 25-yard line or so. So each team, when they've had possession on offense, has scored a touchdown. 2 possessions for Armstrong, 2 touchdowns. 1 possession so far for Franklin Regional, 1 touchdown. 1:57 to play in quarter number 1. And, of course, our second and fourth quarter, we have a new sponsor, DBAT Pittsburgh East. And I'll tell you about that once we move to that second period officially. 1st and 10 on the 28. Lemke will hand the ball to Dupeal, and Dupeal just kind of shreds some people. Again, I really admire his vision. He's not the tallest back you'll see, but that has not been a detriment for number 26 in the Vegas Gold and Navy Blue, 5'7", 180-pound running back Kyle Dupeal, who scored his 15th touchdown of the season on the Panthers' first drive of this game tonight. So it looks like they're bringing that play back. So it'll be back at the 28-yard line, 2nd down and 10. And Dupeal breaks it around the right side, cuts it in, gets down the sideline, and he will carry across the 50 to the 45. Kyle Dupeal. And that's a 1st down for FR. And again, guys have opportunities that time, even in space for Armstrong, and he just is so shifty. Kyle Dupeal Yeah, he's got a very diverse skill running set, no doubt about it. Clock running quickly, 51 seconds to go in this first period. And FR at the 45-yard line of the Riverhawks. Panthers moving it right to left across your screen. Panthers do have to get that passing game going, though. Last couple of weeks it's not been very effective. And this time, DuPill breaks away from the line of scrimmage. He gets down to about the 30-yard line. Looks like a late flag coming up. But Kyle DuPill, and again, as wonderful a running back and a talent as Kyle is, you just don't want to wear him out. And that's where you've got to get that complementary passing game going. We saw flashes of the passing game earlier this season, but quite frankly, the last couple games, and that's a penalty against the Panthers, so that'll negate another nice play by Kyle DuPill, is sometimes the quarterback's got to just drop back there and find that open receiver and get that ball out of there. Again, he's carried the ball a ton this season. Coming into today, he's just been a workhorse. He's carried the ball 232 times coming into the game tonight for 1,586 yards. Receiver in motion from near to far, dropping back. They lob the ball up. They got a man open in the middle of the field, and it goes through his arms. Incomplete. Bresnahan again was open. And from my vantage point, folks, there was nobody, close to him like to jar him with the ball. And he went up, he leaped, and it went right through his hands onto the turf. That's not on the throw that time. Receiver's got to make that catch. That's 2 times here in this first quarter that Bresnahan looked to be in position to make a reception. 5.1 seconds to go in quarter number 1. Second down and 5 from the 40-yard line of Armstrong. Twin receivers to the far side. Bresnahan widest to that side. Then on the near side, Panther want to set up the screen. They make a nice catch there. He's coming down to the 30-yard line. Cuts. DuPill to the 20. DuPill to the 15. DuPill to the 13. The human bowling ball is the receiver. Shows how he's got some moves. That'll be the final play of the first quarter. It ends with some excitement on the legs of DuPill. After one quarter, it is 13 for Armstrong and 7 for the Panthers. We'll be right back.
At Smale Kia, we know that winning takes hard work, dedication, and a commitment to excellence. By sponsoring Shining Stars, we'll select 2 teams each season to help fund their booster programs. Rewarding their hard work, athletic progress, and community service is an investment we're proud to make. Right now, lease a 2025 Kia Sportage EX all-wheel drive, $299 a month, or lease a 2024 Kia Forte LXS for only $175 a month. Route 30 East Greensburg or smalekia.com.
Play It Again Sports in Greensburg is your locally owned and operated sporting goods store. We set ourselves apart by offering a wide variety of both new and used equipment at competitive prices. Located in the Greengate East Plaza, below Walmart, Play It Again Sports' knowledgeable staff will help you and your family prepare for every athletic season. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or trade, we are here as your one-stop shop. At Play It Again Sports in Greensburg, everybody plays.
Okay, and this second quarter is presented by D-Bat Pittsburgh East. Opening this winter in export, D-Bat features a 20,000 square foot state-of-the-art baseball and softball training facility with the best tech, gear, and instruction. Visit d-bat-pittt-east.com or visit their social media pages to see what everyone's talking about. D-Bat Pittsburgh East, our second and fourth quarter sponsors of high school football. So after the exciting Dupil is the first and goal at the 7. Dupil starts right, cuts it inside, and good job not letting him break through that tackle when he planted that foot and cut back to his left. So maybe he got to the line of scrimmage. In fact, they're going to say he lost a couple yards. So the Panthers looking to go 2 for 2 if they can get a touchdown here. And more importantly, if they get the touchdown, get the extra point, and they'll get their first lead. Panthers moving left to right here in quarter number 2. And it's given to Dupil. Dupil looking around and keeps the legs churning. Gets down around the 5, perhaps a little inside of it. Can't see with all those bodies from here. Penn Trafford 14, Latrobe nothing. So PT looking to keep the strong regular into the regular season finish going into the playoffs next week. They had clinched after last week's results the number 2 seed out of the Big East Conference. And, of course, Woody High with the victory here last Friday night over the Panthers won the Big East championship here for this season. Number 1 out of the Big East. They get the ball into Dupil, and Dupil is battling down close to the goal line. And so, 4th down, and they're going to go for it. And does he get in? Yes! Touchdown, Franklin Regional. I'm not sure if that was the sneak for Lemke there or Dupil, but I would think they decided they went really quickly to the line of scrimmage. They didn't huddle up on that on 4th down and 1. And until I get notified otherwise, Lemke will get the 1-yard touchdown run. And the extra point coming up with Bain could give the Panthers their first lead of this football game at the 10:28 mark. And that one looks up straight, and it's good. Extra point is good by Bain. And the Franklin Regional Panthers get their first lead. It's now the Franklin Regional Panthers 14 and the Armstrong Riverhawks 13. We'll be back with more action in the second quarter right after this.
Does your car have an electrical problem? Call Murray Auto Electric. Need a remote starter for the winter? Call Murray Auto Electric. Need repairs to your power door locks, power windows, or windshield wipers? Murray Auto Electric does that too. Murray Auto Electric in Delmont offers a full line of services and products for your electrical and communication repair needs. Call 724-668-2100 or murrayautoelectric.com. We'll find your shorts.
The pulse of Western Pennsylvania is in very good hands. It's a system of healthcare whose hospitals have earned some of medicine's most prestigious honors, like the top 10% in the country for specialty cardiac care, a heart surgery program ranked in the top 2% nationwide, and cited as high-performing for heart bypass, heart failure, and heart attack. The pulse of Western Pennsylvania is indeed in very good hands at Independence Health System. Expert care here.
Okay, we're back at it. Panthers taking the lead for the first time tonight. And how about that? That's a non-returnable kickoff by Bain. He hasn't done that in a couple weeks, so that's good to see. Non-returnable kickoff. So both teams here, we're at 10:28 of second quarter, have had the ball offensively for 2 possessions. Both possessions for each team, they've scored touchdowns. The Riverhawks ended up after penalty, became like a field goal from about 40 yards. They decided to not try a field goal, and they tried to pass for the 2-point from the 40, and it was unsuccessful. And so now they came onto the field trailing for the first time tonight, led by their quarterback, Jaden Oliver, and that duo of senior receiver Joey Bartolowitz and senior receiver Kyan Klein. They're moving right to left. And the quarterback will run it up the middle. He's through the line to scrimmage, untouched. And he takes it up to about the 29-yard line. That's a gain of about 9. Tell you what, the Panthers, or however you may want to put it, Armstrong, looking like they're saying, hey, we may not have won a game in the past 7, but we're going to come here and give our best effort. And right now, defensively, which is usually the linchpin of this FR program, has not had an answer for him. Now, they have not had an answer for Kyle Dupeal of the Panthers, but their running game, and they came into this game not having a really established run. Now they got to run around the right side. He crosses the 30. They're going to give him about a 5-yard pickup. And again, 4 yards or more on the down, those are wins. You know, you get 4 yards 3 times, that's a first down. You keep possession of the football. So it is marked on that far hash mark, just shy of their own 34. Center over the football. Oliver, sidecar to his left. This time they'll split the receivers, 2 to each side of the formation. Number 10 and number 5, that's Joe Bartolowitz and Quinn Olson are lined up here on the near side as receivers. Now they quickly fire it up down the sideline. That was a dart thrown by Oliver. That's going to be across the 40. And that's close to a first down. But they haven't changed the marker on the side, so it's going to be second and about a yard. Again, winning, 5 yards, 5 yards, 4 yards per play. They've had a 63-yard run by the quarterback on their first drive that led to a touchdown. They had another big catch down the left, or should say right seam, because they were moving it the other direction on that possession in the first quarter. And then now a flag is being thrown by the referee behind the Armstrong offense. And that'll be against Armstrong. So Armstrong has hurt themselves a little bit with penalties, but they still have scored 2 touchdowns. It did hurt them because they could have, went up by 7 at 14-7. But all those penalties backing him further and further away from the end zone. But they have scored, and they've had some big plays. So now they come to the line of scrimmage, 8:22 and running in the second quarter, 14-13 Franklin Regional. Sidecar to the left of Oliver. Oliver quickly fires it up the sideline, and he went back shoulder there, and the receiver made a nice catch. And that's number 1, Kyan Klein. And what I've noticed on this series is that he's going back, short set, and immediately he says, I'm going to the right side. And 2 times in a row, he's put the ball out there in a good position for the receiver, in this last case, Bartolowitz, to make that catch. First down, Armstrong from the 44 of their own. Looking to the near side, swings that out, that's caught across the 50. Just picking apart the Panther defense right now. Making that catch was Joe Bartolowitz on this near side. 7:34 and running. North Hill still leading Central Valley 3-0. Why mention that score? Because it's a big one in terms of who will be playing home next week at the start of the playoffs, particularly between North Hills and Franklin Regional. 2nd and 1. Give a gain of 9. They're at the 47-yard line of Franklin Regional. Sidecar to the right of Oliver. And they give the ball to the tailback, and he will get the first down. Kunas says he'll take it to the 45. So that's another first down. So for a team that came in not really being able to run the football consistently well this year, they're running it pretty well here tonight. You hope that the Panthers come out here tonight not looking past a team because of their record, because the Panthers have something to play for, and that was to win the night, and they position themselves perhaps to be playing one more home game this year on this field. And now the quarterback escapes one pursuit. DeVola couldn't catch up with them, fires it out of bounds wisely. But this Oliver, to me, has been pretty impressive as a quarterback and as a runner. He's just a sophomore, 6 foot 170. But so far, I've been very impressed. Good all-around athlete, escapability, had that big run, 63 yards in the first quarter, set up that touchdown. On this series, he's went back, short set, fired it up that sideline, hit his receivers in good position. Then on the next pass, he came to the near sideline, hit the receiver, Joe Bartolowitz, for a nice gain. doing a good job. Receiver coming in motion from far to near. Looking now, stepping up in the pocket, fires across the middle. Ball's caught on the slant. Down he goes at the 33-yard line. First down, Armstrong. Receiver coming up the seam on that right side as you look at them moving the football right to left. Put the ball right on the money. Got some pressure. Oliver stepped up, fired a dart. Receiver didn't have to reach back for it, didn't have to slow down for it. Caught it in stride. Look like they got themselves a quarterback for Frank Fabian up there for the next 2 years in this young man. 6 minutes to go in the second quarter. Sidecar to the left, twins to each side, dropping back. Now wants to run it. Oliver will run it to the near side. Oliver to the 30 and gets driven out of bounds. Maybe a shade inside the 30. Let's see where they mark it. But it looks to be a flag, a holding call. Looks like it's going to come up against the Armstrong Riverhawks. Here's the preliminary signal. So that'll wipe out a nice gain and good field position for Armstrong. And that is indeed the call. So the referee has that football, and he will set it at the 43-yard line of Franklin Regional. Again, trips the receiver, this time to the far side, single receiver near side, and looks like Franklin Regional coach Getzy called a timeout. And he's not happy about having to call that timeout. Coach Lance Getzy in his fourth season. 5:50 to go. Timeout. So we'll keep it here for this timeout. Franklin Regional 14, Riverhawks 13. We've had 4 possessions, 2 for each team, resulting in 2 touchdowns. The mixed extra point, the difference, giving FR the 14-13 advantage. And it wasn't a mixed extra point. They ended up, because of penalties, getting back for like a 40-yard extra point. They decided to go for the 2, and they made a completion. Got down inside the 5-yard line, but they had to get it into the end zone, so that 2-point pass attempt was staved off by Franklin Regional in that sense. So that's where we stand. So now Armstrong lining up at the line of scrimmage on this first down and 20 from the 43 of Franklin Regional. 3 receivers to the far side, 1 receiver to the short side. Dropping back, Oliver getting some pressure. Oliver's going to be sacked. Backfield, back to the 35-yard line. And that's a nice play. He showed some good tackling ability there. Wouldn't let Oliver get out of the way. And making that tackle for Franklin Regional would be Logan Macharko. Macharko, senior, 5'9", 160. So good job for the quarterback sack. 5:15 of running second quarter clock. Same formation with the receivers. Fakes the handoff. They set the screen. They get the ball to Kunas. And Kunas is going to be tackled by Brent Hickey after a short game. The senior, Brent Hickey for Franklin Regional coming up, making the tackle. 5'9", 175 pounds. Earlier this season, the first couple of weeks, Brent was leading the Panthers in tackles. He's still up among the top couple, but not amongst the top 3 or 4 going into the game here tonight, but he made a good tackle there in the backfield on the quarterback, Oliver. Clock running, of course, with that sack. Keeps going, 4:34 to go. 3rd and 34 from their own 47. He fires it over the middle. The receiver makes the catch, but he falls down at the 42-yard line. So they've got a 4th down coming up and good amount of yards to go. I don't think there's a high school kicker that Coach Fabian has that he'd want to try it. Ball's at the 41. Like a 58-yard attempt. That's like the kid from Pitt that has hit made every field goal this year. And he hit one from 58 yards, I think the week before, against the University of California, Berkeley team. So 4th and 17, they're going for it. Oliver moving those right. Now he will quick kick it. It'll bounce and go into the end zone. So that ends our streak. at 3 possessions, or I should say, four possessions. And then on the 5th one, the Panthers stop Oliver, and the Panthers will set up on offense, up 14-13, 3:42 to play in the third quarter, which has been, it seems to me, I don't know about you viewers, this second quarter has gone by very, very quickly in relation to how the first period was timing out here. So now the Panthers will look to try to keep their streak alive and go 3 for 3, meaning 3 possessions so far. They scored touchdowns on the first 2, and this is their third. Lined up, and the Panthers get the ball to Dupeal. Dupeal shakes off one guy. Dupeal busts up the middle across the 30 and carries a guy almost to the 35-yard line. Beat a 34. That's a 14-yard rip up the middle by Kyle Dupeal. Panthers have 2 timeouts, as does the Riverhawks here. And the Panthers looking here to get some points on the board. Coach Getsy signals in the play. See if they air it out here with Chase Lemke. Receiver in motion from far to near, and they give the ball to Dupeal, and he gets tripped up right around the 34-yard line. So he did not. That's the first time they've stopped him for a little or no gain here in this game. Kyle Dupeal, Armstrong that time did trip him up, and they're just shy of the 35. So they're going to give him a yard on that. 2nd down and 9. Panthers moving left to right down the middle of your screen. Lemke fakes. Oh, and he gets it and fumbles the ball. Lemke faked the handoff, got a hit, and he coughed it up, and it looks like Armstrong may have recovered it, making that big stick. Kyan Klein, linebacker. He's also a terrific receiver. And that time Lemke coughed up the football, turnover in a short field for Armstrong. So after they got stopped for the first time and had to quick kick it on 4th and 17, the Panthers have it for 2 plays. On the 3rd play, they fake it to Dupeal, and Klein said, I'm going to put a wallop on the back of Chase Lemke, and that ball came free, and they covered it at the 30 of FR. 2:25 to go. And as I said, now Riverhawks have it. Short field, 2 timeouts. Trips to the right side, single receiver short. Oliver rolling, slings it out there. He's got a man open. Makes the catch inside the 25-yard line. Gets down close to the 21. It's a gain there of about 9. Again, he looks so smooth in his receivers. You know, this time they went to the 3 receiver side as he rolled out to the right. And he's on the run, and he throws an accurate ball where the receiver can catch it and turn up and get more if he can. Clock still running, though, 1:57 to go. And they get a gain of 10. That's a 1st and 10, the ball at the 20. Quarterback Oliver now from the shotgun wants to look over to get a play call from the assistant or the play caller for Armstrong. Sidecar to his right. And he's going to run it. Fakes the pass, runs it right up the middle. And he's going to keep going inside the 5 down to about the 3, maybe the 4. 17-yard run. And that was a legitimate run the whole way. Oliver faked the handoff and quickly went north. And he was running past tacklers until he almost took it into the end zone. But they're going to mark him down at the 1. 19-yard run by their sophomore quarterback, Jaden Oliver. 1:11 to go in the second period. Armstrong making the trip in from Armstrong County to Murraysville tonight, looking to end their season with a win. It's been a while for the Riverhawks to see a W. Quarterback now fakes the handoff. He's looking for the end zone on that side. He'll get tracked down for a loss. Back it around the 4-yard line. He faked that handoff on a reverse. He kept it running to his right, Oliver, And the Panthers, alert on that play, had a couple guys come up and tackle him, and then we got a timeout. Let's take a quick one, too. We'll be back. We want to see how the first half ends. You're watching Franklin Regional Panthers football on the Westmoreland Sports Network.
Dr. Derek Greco Dentistry in Murraysville has been devoted to restoring and enhancing the natural beauty of smiles for nearly 30 years. Dr. Greco and his skilled team have a long record of expert care and a focus on whole body health. We're one of the few offices in the area that are certified to remove mercury amalgam fillings safely. New patients are always welcome, and we are happy to accommodate emergencies. Visit GrecoDentistry.com. Dr. Derek Greco Dentistry in Murraysville. Healthy smiles naturally.
All right, Jonathan Woody back with you. 36.8 seconds to go in the second quarter. Franklin Regional with a 14-13 lead, and a fumble as the quarterback Lemke got hit about, a minute and 15 seconds ago, and they started at the 30-yard line of FR with a short field. They're now at the 4-yard line following that sack. They throw it in the end zone, toward the end zone. That's knocked down. Good pressure coming up from that far side, and jumping up to bat that ball away on that right side was Franklin Regional. 34.3 seconds to go. Elijah Bennett coming in on defense for the Panthers. He's also one of their best wide receivers. So now, 3rd and 4 from the 4 of Franklin Regional. Oliver looking over. Got number 2 on his back in blue. And he wants to run it again. He will get a couple, but Franklin stops him. And around the 3. 4th down, the clock ticking, and they'll probably burn their last time out here with a few seconds to go. 19 seconds, and now a timeout is called with 19 seconds to go. 4th and 4 from the 4. And veteran head coach Frank Fabian of the Armstrong Riverhawks has got a decision to make. His team trails by 1 point. You're at about the 3-yard line. You want to get the big 7, or do you want to kick a field goal and get the lead going into the locker room at 16-14? That's what the head coaches pay to decide. Their kicker is Hunter Reed. He's a senior. So we shall see. Don't forget, Westmoreland on the gridiron for the latest Westmoreland County High School football scores tonight. Follow us on X with the @ Westmoreland SN, or check out our scores tracker on our website, westmorelandsports.com. Both are updated frequently throughout the night, so you can get the most up-to-date scores on all our Westmoreland County teams. And so the Panthers will take over. They apparently, as I was reading that note for you, they did not get it in. They went for it, and the Panthers keep them away, or more so the pass was incomplete. So Coach Fabian, calling that timeout, decided not to go for the short field goal and try to get that 7. And again, he's got nothing to lose because they're not going to the playoffs, and so their standing or seeding not going to be impacted whether they win or lose tonight. So he went for it, and you can't fault him for that. And they just come up short. So the fumble by Lemke does not result in the Panthers giving up a touchdown in the lead. Back to Armstrong. 1st and 10 from the 3, and I think it's just going to be handed to Dupeal here and get out of Dodge. They hand it to Dupeal. He busted up to the middle. Dupeal going down that left side, and he's still on his feet across the 20. 6 seconds to go, and the Panthers call a timeout. Okay. That's a first down by Dupeal. He took that from the 20 well beyond the 10 yards he needed. And the way Dupeal's running, he's looking like he wants another 200-yard game like he had last Friday with 208 yards against Woody High. And again, I don't necessarily suspect that Coach Getsy's going to throw the football here. I think, again, if Dupeal can take it 76 yards on a run, he'll gladly take that. but I don't think he wants to put it up in the air. There's just been the one turnover in the game, and that was by Franklin Regional here in this second quarter, and the defense kept them from scoring some points. Because it does have meaning for the Panthers. In case you're just joining us, the scuttlebutt as far as the upcoming pairings, which will be announced for the playoffs tomorrow afternoon at 3 p.m. FR and North Hill seem to be battling for in the opening round for a home playoff opportunity. So now the Panthers will come following the timeout they call at their own 24. And let's see if 26 carries the mill once again from the 24. Now they shotgun, they swing it out to the near side, making the catch of the Franklin Regional receiver on that side, and that'll be Elijah Bennett. Bennett trying to reverse his field and will be tripped up back at the 25-yard line, and that will do it. So they flung it out to the near side to their senior wideout, number 6, Bennett, and he could not elude the tackle. So our first half is complete, and our score at the break is the Franklin Regional Panthers 14 and the Armstrong Riverhawks 13. We'll take a timeout. I'll come back, recap the scoring, and talk a little bit about some of the information I wasn't able to get out to you during our pregame show here tonight. But the second quarter has been presented by D-Bat Pittsburgh East, opening this winter in export. D-Bat features a 20,000 square foot state-of-the-art baseball and softball training facility with the best tech, gear, and instruction. Visit d-bat-pitt-east.com or visit their social media pages to see what everyone's talking about. We'll be back. Our Independence Health System halftime show coming up. You are watching Franklin Regional Panthers football on the Westmoreland Sports Network.
Alzheimer's disease, believe it or not, kills more people than breast cancer and prostate cancer combined. Up until recently, healthcare options to treat Alzheimer's disease were quite limited. We had oral medications, but they were not known to change the underlying trajectory of the disease. Recently, new medications have been released. These medications are infusions that have actually been shown in studies to change the course of the disease itself. We are honored to be the first in our region to provide these medications to our patients. My uncle suffers from Alzheimer's. I have seen the tragedy of this disease, and I have seen its effect on my entire family. At Independence Health System, we are offering our patients and their families the latest in diagnostic techniques, the latest in drug therapies, and most importantly, we are offering them hope in the fight against Alzheimer's disease.
At World Class Transmission Service, we're committed to providing excellence in customer service, the highest quality work, and the most cost-effective solutions for you. We'll have you back on the road fast and with the least effect on your wallet. Don't let our low prices fool you. The quality of our work is of the highest standard. Our qualified, professional, and experienced team uses the most advanced, modern equipment to diagnose, repair, and service your vehicle. To learn more, call or stop in today.
Coming winter 2024, D-Bat Pittsburgh East will be bringing the D-Bat Sports family to Pittsburgh's East neighborhoods, featuring a 20,000 square foot state-of-the-art baseball and softball training facility with 4 dual Fungoman automatic pitching machines, 9 lesson cages featuring the best training tech in the game, including pro-sized baseball and fast-pitch bullpens, elite speed, strength, and agility coaching, professional baseball and softball instruction, 50-plus camps, clinics, party room, and a pro shop powered by pro-preferred brands Rawlings and Easton. Now offering Founders Club memberships. Learn more at dbatpiteast.com.
It may be small, but it can bear over 4,000 times its own weight. And that's just the door hinge. Sturdy design, all the way down to the smallest detail. The Taos. Hop in, it's a VW.
For a great deal on a new 2024 Volkswagen Taos, visit Sendell VW in Greensburg. SendellVW.com.
It's prime time for prime rib at D'Annunzio's every Friday and Saturday night. Get yourself a 12-ounce queen cut for $26 or a 16-ounce king cut for $29. The prime rib is seasoned, slow roasted, served with au jus and horseradish, vegetables, and a choice of pasta or potato, and comes with super salad too. Remember, D'Annunzio's prime rib special every Friday and Saturday after 4 at all 3 of our restaurant locations.
Jonathan Way back with you. It is time for the Independence Health System halftime show on the Westmoreland Sports Network. Expert care here. And we want to thank the Independence Health System Network for becoming our sponsor this last couple of seasons of our halftime shows here on our coverage of Westmoreland County high school football. Well, let's recap the scoring. And if you joined the game and you heard about the records of the teams, you would have probably said, well, by halftime, Franklin Regional would have a pretty firm grasp on this game. Well, you got to watch the archive for what you missed, because Armstrong came here having lost 7 games in a row, and they're not laying down on their last game of their entire football season here on week 9. The Panthers won the toss. They defer, as most good teams do, and the opening drive went to the Riverhawks, and then they took it the length of the field, keyed by a big-time run by their impressive sophomore quarterback, Jaden Oliver, of 63 yards that set them up at about the 2 of Franklin Regional. And then they would go on to score a touchdown on a 1-yard touchdown run by their leading running back, Costa Kunis, from a yard out. The extra point was good, and with 8:27 to play in the first quarter and just the first drive of the game, it was the visitors leading 7-0. Well, the Panthers get their first offensive possession, and they would also answer with a touchdown and a couple of big runs led by Kyle Dupeal, their terrific senior running back. He would take it 29 yards after having a big run to get the Panthers deep into Armstrong territory. He would finish it with a 29-yard touchdown run by Dupeal. That was just about 2 minutes and 15 seconds after the opening drive scored by Armstrong. So a quick strike led by Dupeal. The extra point was good, and we were tied 7-7, 1 drive for each team, 6:12 left in the first quarter. And then on their second drive of the game, Armstrong showed that they come to play tonight. Their quarterback has looked smooth. He has thrown the ball to a variety of receivers. He went left side, right side. He's run the ball for good yards. I mentioned that long run on the opening drive of the game for Oliver. Well, on their second possession, they would get an 18-yard TD pass. It was to Joe Bartolowicz, their senior receiver and second leading receiver in terms of receptions. He would catch a 19-yard touchdown pass from Oliver. They ended up, because of several penalties in a row, moving them back to where it would have been like a 40-yard extra point attempt. They decided to go for the 2-point pass from the 40-yard line, and they could not get it into the end zone, so no good. And it was a Armstrong 13, Franklin Regional 7. That would be our score after 1 quarter of play. Going into the second quarter, the Panthers would have their next possession, their second possession, and they would take advantage and get their second touchdown on their second possession. And then again, a couple big runs there with Dupeal setting the Panthers up down at the 1-yard line. And then quarterback Chase Lemke kept it from the 1-yard line on a quarterback sneak. He got in, and the touchdown from 1 yard was good with 10:28 to go. So we're early in the second quarter. Bain getting the extra point attempt was good, and Franklin Regional had taken their first lead of the night, 14-13, with plenty of time to go in the second quarter. Both teams moved the ball well throughout the quarter. The Panthers turned the ball over for the only turnover by either side late in the second quarter after Armstrong had driven down the field and had gotten down around the 30-yard line. And they ended up having to go for it on 4th down and long. They didn't get it. And then the Panthers offense takes over. A couple of handoffs to Dupeal had gained some positive yards. And then on the third play, he got hit hard from the backside by, I talk about the receiver being so good for Armstrong, Kean Klein. Well, he plays linebacker, and he put a lick on the back of Lemke, who coughed that ball up at around the 30. Armstrong recovered, and the Panthers would not allow them to get in to score. And the Panthers got the ball back with about a minute to go. DePiel got a decent run, but they did not make much out of that. And that's where our score ended here at halftime. Franklin Regional 14 and Armstrong 13. So that is our score at the break. Now, since I didn't have the opportunity to give you some of the statistics, particularly about Franklin Regional players, Franklin Regional individual stats from last week. Well, senior Kyle DuPiel, number 26, carried 30 times for 208 yards, averaged 6.9 yards a carry, 1 touchdown, a long of 21. Looking like he wants to get 200 again here tonight. Senior quarterback Chase Lemke was 6 of 20 for 44 yards, 30%, 1 interception, no touchdowns last week for Lemke. Senior number 4, Jude Gentili, got his most running back action of the season. Carried the ball 8 times for 50 yards, averaged 6.3 yards a carry, 1 touchdown, and that came late in the game and had a long run in that game by Jude Gentili for 16 yards. Kyle DuPiel shows in this game tonight, if you've been watching, he can catch and run as a receiver. Well, Kyle caught 3 passes last week for 21 yards, averaging 7 yards a catch, and the longest reception last week of 16 yards. Jameer Austin, number 13, the junior wide receiver, had 2 catches last week for 13 yards, 6.5 yards per catch, no TDs by Jameer Austin. And senior number 6, Elijah Bennett, caught 1 pass last week for 10 yards per catch, and no touchdowns there. Defensively for Franklin Regional last week, senior number 3, Heath Sleva, 9 tackles, 7 solo tackles, 1 tackle for loss. Junior number 12, Matthew Moore, 6 tackles, 5 solo, 1 tackle for loss. Senior number 10, McAllister Bresnahan, 5 tackles, 4 solo, 2 tackles for loss, and 1 quarterback sack. And senior number 9, Joey Bain, was 2 of 2 last week on point after touchdowns, 1 of 2 on field goals. The longest field goal that he had last week was good from 29 yards. For the season, looking at Franklin Regional individual stats offensively and defensively, Kyle DuPiel has carried the mail coming into the night 232 times, 1,586 yards, 6.8 yards per carry, averaging a whopping 176.2 yards rushing per game. I mentioned he's the second leading rusher in the WPIL going into tonight. Longest rush, 77 yards, 9 100 yards or more games of the season. He should make that mark go to 10 here tonight. 14 touchdowns. He scored his 15th touchdown in the first half of this game. Chase Lemke, the senior quarterback, 67 for 147 this year, 1,150 yards, 45.6 percentage completion, averaging 127.8 yards per game, 13 touchdowns, 9 interceptions, and a 76.6 QBR rating for Chase Lemke. McAllister Bresnahan, 17 receptions, leads the team in receptions, 371 yards, leads the team in yards, 21.8 average per catch, 4 touchdowns for McAllister Bresnahan, and his longest reception of the year, 40 yards. Elijah Bennett, 13 receptions for 346 yards, averaging 26.6 yards per catch. That leads the team in that stat. 4 touchdowns for Elijah, tied for the lead with Bresnahan, and his longest touchdown of the year, an 80-yard touchdown. He's big play potential out there. Logan Macharko caught 11 passes this season, 346 yards. Logan Macharko, 121 yards, 11 yards per catch, and 1 touchdown. His longest reception for 16 yards. And Kyle DuPiel, 11 receptions, 106 yards, 9.6 average. That's gone up with a couple catches that he made in the first half that were bigger than that. And the longest reception for Kyle, 17 yards. Defensively for the season, Andrew DeVola leads the team in tackles with 52, 26 solo. He leads in that stat as well. 10 tackles for loss, 5 sacks for him. He's tied for the lead in team sacks. And 8 hurries, and he leads the team in hurries with 8. So the senior all-conference performer, Andrew DeVola, putting up another strong year in his senior year playing with the Panthers. Austin Kearns, who got hurt 2 games ago at Penn Trafford in the 4th quarter, didn't play last week, won't play again this year, but he's second in tackles with 51, one behind DeVola 25 solo tackles, one behind Davola, 11 tackles for loss. He leads the team in that stat. 5 sacks tied with Davola for the team lead, and 6 hurries for Kearns, and that's in just 8 games. Matthew Moore, third with 46 tackles, 24 of the solo variety, 2 tackles for loss, no sacks, 1 hurry, and that young man is a junior, so he's the only non-senior in terms of the top 3 tacklers for the Panthers. And Joey Bain, the senior kicker, come into tonight, 47 kickoffs, 33 for touchback. Extra points, he's 32 of 33. He's perfect here tonight, so make him 34 of 35 on the extra points, 6 of 10 on field goals. His longest field goal this year, 29 yards. Junior number 13, Jameer Austin, has 13 kickoff returns coming into the night for 311 yards, including 1 for 87 yards for a touchdown at Hempfield area earlier this season. And senior number 2, Darwin Jones, had a 24-yard interception return for a touchdown at Hempfield area earlier this season. So those are the team individual leaders in various categories offensively and defensively for the Franklin Regional Panthers going into week number 9, final regular season game of the year. So now, after they have honored the band members at halftime here on Senior Recognition Night, the Armstrong Riverhawk Band is taking the field here. You're hearing them in the background at Panther Stadium with their orange pants and the blue pants, the orange jerseys or tops, if you will. They're getting a chance to perform here in front of what is a pretty good senior night crowd. As I look down here, and the attendance this year, I must say, this is our 4th home game, has been pretty good throughout. There's not a lot of empty seats when I look out here during the game on the home sideline. So been really good fan support for the Panthers in 2024 here. This year we played only 4 home games. I'm talking with the band group before the game tonight when I went down there to get my annual pregame ritual of getting some of that delicious freshly popped popcorn. And I told them, well, next year the good thing is we'll have 6 home games, only 4 on the road, more opportunities for us to be able to show you that Franklin Regional Panther band, because whenever it's senior night and homecoming, the band does their performance after the game. And, of course, once the broadcast is over and I wrap that up, then, we're out of Dodge for that. So I'm not able to show you the band tonight, but we'll certainly – I look forward to giving you a chance to see one of the best high school bands anywhere in the country. That's just not hyperbole or me just saying about it, because I've seen them perform so often over the past 13 years. But when I look at the number of times this band at Franklin Regional has participated in the Tournament of Roses parade, the Thanksgiving parade, Macy's in New York, and a band, no matter how good they are, they can only go there so many times before they're kind of told to not even apply, because you have to put a tape together and show your band's musicality, their skill set, their creativity, those kind of things. They're appreciated nationally. And so I notice a lot of high school bands, after they finish playing or they watch the Franklin Regional Band perform, because they're being young high school musicians, the word has gotten out. The Franklin Regional puts on quite a show musically and theatrically, which is what I really like about Franklin Regional Band. If I want to come here and enjoy some Phantom of the Opera music from that musical, you see that. This year's halftime show is a tribute to Indiana Jones, and so they've got the theatrics involved with the musicality of that. So looking forward to being able to show the Franklin Regional Band to you folks all over America or around the world that like to watch high school musicianship. So right now, Armstrong taking care of business. Speaking of Armstrong, I want to give you some individual stats for them coming into tonight. Their sophomore quarterback has had a great first half. Jaden Oliver, 119 of 226 for a 52.6 completion percentage, completed for 1,479 yards, 14 touchdowns for Jaden, and only 10 interceptions. Junior number 36 is starting running back Costa Kuknis, 90 carries coming into tonight for 489 yards, averages 5.43 yards per catch, and 3 touchdowns for Costa Kuknis. Sophomore number 2, Jaden Oliver, the quarterback. Well, he can run the ball. If you didn't know, you watched the first half, you know he can. Came into the night 82 carries for 407 yards, averages 4.96 yards per carry. He has 4 touchdowns rushing, and he did not add a touchdown here so far. No, I'm not quite that finished. We'll take a break in a moment. Senior number 1, Kyan Klein, impact on defense and as a receiver. Klein has come into tonight, 38 receptions, 668 yards, 17.6 yards per catch, 7 touchdown receptions to lead the team. Kyan Klein, and he's played like a leading receiver on the team. And another outstanding senior receiver wears number 10 for Armstrong, Joe Bartolowitz. That's W-I-T-S at the end of that name. 26 receptions for 230 yards, 8.8 yards per carry, 2 touchdowns for Joe Bartolowitz. He got his 3rd touchdown reception of the year in this game when he scored on an 18-yard pass in the quarter. So he's got 3 touchdowns. So those are some of the outstanding individual stats for the players on the Armstrong Riverhawks. Let's take a break. We'll come back. We're almost ready for the second half. Folks, you've been listening to and watching the Independence Health System Halftime Show on the Westmoreland Sports Network. Expert care here. We'll be right back.
Your next golf adventure awaits at Manor Valley Golf Course in Export. Manor Valley offers 18 scenic holes over gentle sloping fairways and the purest putting surfaces around. Manor Valley Golf Course in Export is the perfect place to host your next golf outing, banquet party, or shower. Manor Valley also offers league play and great membership rates. Tee times available. Call 724-744-4242. Visit ManorValleyGC.com.
Does your car have an electrical problem? Call Murray Auto Electric. Need a remote starter for the winter? Call Murray Auto Electric. Need repairs to your power door locks, power windows, or windshield wipers? Murray Auto Electric does that too. Murray Auto Electric in Delmont offers a full line of services and products for your electrical and communication repair needs. Call 724-668-2100 or murrayautoelectric.com. We'll find your shorts.
Dr. Derek Grieco Dentistry in Murraysville has been devoted to restoring and enhancing the natural beauty of smiles for nearly 30 years. Dr. Grieco and his skilled team have a long record of expert care and a focus on whole body health. We're one of the few offices in the area that are certified to remove mercury amalgam fillings safely. New patients are always welcome, and we are happy to accommodate emergencies. Visit GriecoDentistry.com. Dr. Derek Grieco Dentistry in Murraysville. Healthy smiles naturally.
Drive like a champion with Bowser Chevrolet of Monroeville. You're always on the winning team with Bowser Chevrolet. Visit BowserChevrolet.com 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and get the power of Bowser in your hands. Customize your payments, apply for financing, get a value for your trade and more with the Bowser Express Store. See the full lineup of Chevy cars, trucks, and SUVs at BowserChevrolet.com. Bowser Chevrolet, where the power of Bowser is yours.
Play It Again Sports in Greensburg is your locally owned and operated sporting goods store. We set ourselves apart by offering a wide variety of both new and used equipment at competitive prices. Located in the Greengate East Plaza, below Walmart, Play It Again Sports' knowledgeable staff will help you and your family prepare for every athletic season. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or trade, we are here as your one-stop shop. At Play It Again Sports in Greensburg, everybody plays.
All right, Jonathan, way back with you. We're just a few seconds to start the second half. Franklin Regional leading at the break, 14. Riverhawks 13. It's been a game like that. You know, both teams playing very strong, competitive ball. And, of course, if you thought Armstrong was going to come in and basically lay down and go home and start thinking about the offseason, Coach Frank Fabian's squad has come to play today. And they've had some big plays of their own. Their quarterback, Oliver's been outstanding. The receiving core, those two receivers, you know, Blanowitz has been very good. The guy that leads them in receptions has played like that tonight, and that is Kean Klein offensively and defensively with a big quarterback hit and forced a fumble. So FR will receive the kickoff, and it will be fielded back at the goal line. Looked hostile on that far side. Jameer jitterbugging around, trying to get to the near side, and he is going to get spun down inside the 10. It was a penalty against Franklin Regional, so the the kickoff attempt was from further up the field for Armstrong, and they kicked the ball, and Jameer went back right to the goal line and caught that ball and decided to, he wanted to bring it out. And he was bobbing and weaving around a little bit, but they swarmed on him. And it'll be at the 8-yard line. FR 92 yards away from building that lead with that 1-point lead. An FR win keeps them in a position perhaps for some good news tomorrow regarding the seedings will get announced at 3 p.m. tomorrow afternoon. And who will be playing a home game in the next week's first round. They need a victory, some help, particularly from Central Valley, needing to perhaps knock off North Hills, and then they get the ball on a fumble recovery. Get that right. And so it was turned over. Yeah, it was turned over by Jameer Austin on that play. All that juking and stuff down there, the ball was turned over, and they have the football, Armstrong, inside the 5-yard line for Franklin Regional. Second ball at the 4 down. And Kooknes gets the carry, starts to the left and then was leaning to the right, and then he got stood up. So not much of a gain there for Costa Kooknes, the junior tailback. 3rd and 4. Last week when the Panthers won the toss, they deferred, and then on their opening drive against Woodland Hills, they drove the length of the field, got a touchdown to get their lead for the last time in that game. This time they fumbled that kickoff in receiving, and they throw that one in the end zone there. Good coverage. He was rolling to the right side, Oliver, and he didn't have an angle to get the ball in. He said, we'll take the incompletion and go for the field goal to get the lead. So it will be from the 5-yard line, it'll be a 22-yard field goal for their kicker. And that's Hunter Reed. 22-yard attempt, and he's right in the middle. So he's not at an angle at all. Let's see what he can do with this. Look at 53. And the kick is up, and it is blocked by Franklin Regional. And the kicker for Armstrong was 53, Dan Pearson, a freshman. Dan Pearson, a 9th grader, 6', 185. He was attempting that field goal, and it was blocked by Franklin Regional's defense, and the lead remains a 1-pointer. Franklin Regional 14, Armstrong 13. So the Panthers have turned the football over twice. One fumbles, Limke, the quarterback, in the first half. Austin on the kickoff return, and the defense bowed their neck and denied. So it remains a 14-13 score. Now, first down and 10. Franklin Regional a long way from home. Have the ball just outside the 5. They give it to Dupeal. He busts up the middle to about the 13-yard line. And I tell you, you get so accustomed to Dupeal, when he gets the ball in his hand, he's going to make some people get punished trying to tackle him. And fortunately for the Panthers this year, as much as he's meant to the offensive success, he has not been injured. I mean, he got, I think one time maybe I had to come out for a play, but as far as having to miss a lot of time or miss any game action. Their workhorse has been good for duty. They hand it off to DePiel. He breaks through the middle and pushes forward to about the 20-yard line. The human bowling ball, Kyle DePiel. First down, Franklin Regional. Clock running in the third quarter. 9:47 in the third stanza. Twin receivers to the near side for Franklin Regional as they move left or right across your monitor. Wearing the Vegas gold trousers and the navy blue shirts. No receiver on the far side of this formation. Sidecar to the right. Faking the handoff. Running to the near side is Lemke. Lemke going to try to keep going. Gets tripped, but he manages to get a few yards beyond the 30-yard line. That was a good effort. Almost got to him. I'm talking about the guy that forced a fumble in that second quarter for Armstrong against Lemke. And that's Kean Klein, the senior linebacker. Yeah, he's been impressive, not just in terms of his receiving skills, but also playing that linebacker spot tonight for the Riverhawks. 1st and 10, Franklin Regional at their own 32. So they got out of immediate danger near their own goal line and picked up a couple first downs. Again, and it looks like Armstrong couldn't hold their water on defense and encroached. So that's and they're walking back. They know what that one is. It's a 5-yard penalty on the defense. Franklin Regional says, we'll take that. Penn Trafford beating Latrobe tonight, 17-7 at Memorial Stadium. Latrobe last week clinched the second seed out of the Big East Conference. They'll be in the postseason next week. And now the Franklin Regional Panthers offensive line, 2 or 3 guys, said, hey, let's go. Let's get it started. But unfortunately, the ball hadn't been snapped. So that'll be a penalty, 5 yards. The Panthers go back. Jonathan Whitney with you, season number 13 of Franklin Regional Panthers broadcast for me. My producer tonight on our live video stream is Nicolette Peterson. And the man handling the video for you, Ricky Pitzer. And we're glad to be able to spend part of your Friday night with us, particularly if you're a fan of Franklin Regional Panthers football or high school football in general. Appreciate it. Receiver coming in motion. Now reverses that motion. Back to the far side. Gives the ball to DePiel. DePiel powers his way forward. Gets it across the 35-yard line. And I tell you what, folks, if you don't follow every Franklin Regional game, I like to think that you do, here on the Westmoreland Sports Network, I'm going to really miss this young man, number 26. He earned that nickname, the human bowling ball, last season because he burst on the scene. He got some time, prior to his junior year, but last year when he got an opportunity to basically be the man carrying that football, he took it and ran with it in the same style of running he did last year that you heard me say. He's been even better at it this year. This time they run the ball, and it's going to be around that left side. It's DePiel. DePiel to the 40, to the 30. From the 37, they're going to knock him down inside the 10. The Panthers with a huge rip for Kyle DePiel, as if on cue, Nicolette. He heard me talking about him and gave the viewers a reason why. I just have enjoyed describing the young man's exploits, but it looks like the play's going to come back. But that's what he's meant to this team. And, there's been games this year where Coach Getzy rides his horse, and it would be teams can't stop him, toss to the left, toss to the right, toss to the left, until you prove that you can stop him. He's just been that dynamic a runner. And then again, coming into tonight's game, he's second leading rusher in the entire WPIL with almost 1,600 yards. And he looks like he'll get another 200-yard game here tonight at the rate he's going. 100-yard games, those are always very nice. But this young man, number 26 in the navy blue shirt, it's typically for him like 180 yards or 200 yards. So it'll be interesting to see who steps forward in the running back position in the 2025 season when he graduates. Okay, 1st and 10 back at their own 32-yard line. And they give the ball to DePiel, and DePiel gets across the line of scrimmage and up to about the 38-yard line. So to give a gain of about 6 to the 38. And again, folks, we're almost able to say, Nicolette, and for the first time in a long time, I know speaking of myself, to go through an entire high school football regular season and not have some miserable weather at some point on some night.
Just thinking about that earlier.
Yeah, you feel the same way. And here we're, less than 2 quarters away from being able to say we made it through. And around the right side comes Peel, and he bucks through and gets up to the 45-yard line. And you know, Nicolette, I got to come up with the musical reference when I was talking about we made it through soon another season without any rain, and that's rare. Reminds me of a song by Barry Manilow. We made it through the rain. And we almost have put that in, a rain-free season. Now, there's been some teams, depending on where they're located, they've had some rain showers. But as far as any downpour, we've been very fortunate this summer and fall. 1st and 10 after 45. DuPille just says, give me the rock. And he gets it again, and he comes around the right side, steps out of one tackle. About 5 white shirts drag him down at the 45-yard line of Armstrong. And now they're saying a fumble, but no signal. But they're going off the field. And it looks like Kyle coughed that one up. Yeah, he ripped his helmet off. Well, it was 55 that ripped his helmet off for Franklin Regional. He was just upset. That's Hunter Reinhardt, senior 5'11" offensive lineman. But after what it looked to be a 10-yard gain, and then all of a sudden Armstrong is jumping up. We got a fumble, and then the referee's walking toward it. I didn't see him make the signal. He just kept walking toward where the play ended, and then ball's given over at their own 46-yard line. 3rd turnover in this game for Franklin Regional. 3 fumbles. The defense has stopped Armstrong from scoring on the first 2 turnovers to see if they can make it 3. 6:24 to play in the 3rd quarter. Receiver in motion from far to near. They hand it off. Number 1's going to run with it, and he's going to bust through across the 50 to the 40, inside the 40, inside the 35, down to about the 33. Kean Klein, number 1 on the Riverhawks program, but probably number 1 in the hearts of Armstrong viewers tonight, putting on a show. At the 33 of FR. An early movement there, but no whistle, and the quarterback, Oliver, just said, let me lower my head and get something here. Andrew DeVola, another one of those young men that for 3 years been a terrific player. He's been part of some great defenses here, him and Kearns. And this year as senior captains, one of the senior captains he is. Kearns is one of those senior captains on defense. Those young men have played up to their standard. 3 receivers to the far side, moving right to left in the 3rd quarter. Oliver and the Riverhawks. Jaden drops back, looking down the right side. The ball's in the air. The receiver's there and broken up at the last second because that was touchdown written all over it. But the cornerback hustled back on that far side for Franklin, got there where he could bat that ball away. But that receiver was streaking down that far sideline. He had some room. Great job of closing by the Panther cornerback over on that left side. 3rd down and long. 5 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. Franklin Regional 14, the Riverhawks 13. Sidecar to the right of Oliver. Single receiver to the near side. Jaden back looking. Jaden looking. Fires. And that ball is going to be caught down the middle of the field, down to about the 15-yard line. This young man is going to be something over the next 2 years if he stays healthy. Jaden Oliver. And if you folks follow the Willie Thrower Memorial Award given out annually for the best high school quarterback in Southwest PA, a couple years ago, Caden Olson of Armstrong won that award. So this young man looks like he wants to become that type of performer. And everything I've seen from him tonight indicates that for a sophomore to be playing to this level tonight. Fires it out right on the money down that right side. That's a beautiful ball. Quick release, and the ball is right where the receiver can get it. There's no place for him to have to reach back for it. Yep. Coach Frank Fabian, and he may say, get me this year in Class 5A, but I like what I got behind the center, and also one of those wide receivers. And next year we will go up to Armstrong in the last week of the regular season. So keep your eye on what this young man Oliver does. And Oliver will option. He'll keep it down that side, and he gets this side. He's got a touchdown. I'm looking for the signal. Come on. Guy on the near side didn't, but it looks like they have said that. So that's going to be a short touchdown run. Looks to be about 6 yards by Oliver. That comes with 4:10 to go in the third quarter. And third time being the charm, following the fumble by Dupeal, they score a touchdown off the turnover. It's 19-14 Riverhawks, and they're going for the 2-point pass to make it a 7-point advantage. And again, I think it's a good move by the coach. Again, they got nothing really to risk. Oliver will fire, and he threw it that time behind the receiver. The receiver was going toward the goalpost, and the ball was thrown behind him, incomplete. So that's the worst ball I've seen Oliver throw tonight. So with 4:10 to go, the Panthers find themselves trailing the Riverhawks 19, the Panthers 14. We'll be right back.
Get to Mike Hamlin Hyundai during the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Drive the new 2024 Hyundai Elantra SEL or Tucson SE with 1.99% financing for up to 60 months. All vehicles are backed by the Mike Hamlin Advantage oil changes for life.
Dr. Derek Grieco Dentistry in Murraysville has been devoted to restoring and enhancing the natural beauty of smiles for nearly 30 years. Dr. Grieco and his skilled team have a long record of expert care and a focus on whole body health. We're one of the few offices in the area that are certified to remove mercury amalgam fillings safely. New patients are always welcome, and we are happy to accommodate emergencies. Visit GriecoDentistry.com. Dr. Derek Grieco Dentistry in Murraysville. Healthy smiles naturally.
Okay, back with you, and now the Panthers find themselves trailing with 4:10 to go in the third quarter, 19-14. And the Panthers going to have to earn a win here tonight. Armstrong is playing like a team that's certainly not looking to give it away. The freshman kicker who missed the one PAT gets it down to about the 15 on the far side, and then breaking it through the middle and carrying it up to about the 38, 39-yard line. Return, man. Let's see if that's Jameer Austin or not. It looked to be on that side. Darwin Jones, number 2, senior, returning that kick. And a nice return by Darwin Jones, senior 5'7", 165-pounder. He has got a big score this year against the Hempfield. I think he had an interception return against the Hempfield area Spartans earlier this year that he took back to the house. Look that up. Yeah, 24-yard interception return. Okay, interception return for a touchdown at Hempfield area earlier this year for Darwin Jones. Gateway 21, Hempfield 14. Ball is ran up the near sideline and marking it around the 44. That's a nice pickup, about five yards on that play. So now, playing from behind, there's a sense of urgency. Franklin Regional needs to get this lead back. Panthers moving it left to right, near hash mark here in this third quarter. Single receiver up high, single receiver at the bottom of the formation. They give it to Dupeal, and he bounces off one tackler and gets a yard, maybe two. Better tackling job that time by Armstrong to hold him to that. And a Panther player down, in the long time head athletic trainer here, Jim Armstrong, is out to tend to Panther player who's on his back and seemed to be in some discomfort. But it didn't take the head trainer, Jim Rossi. I said Armstrong. Jim Armstrong is the softball coach here at Franklin Regional High School. He was telling me, I was talking to Jim up in the press box earlier tonight. I'm like 33 seasons he's been at Franklin Regional and has been the head of that softball program here for much of that tenure, and has produced some very good varsity softball players for Franklin Regional High School. And he also does some work here with Zach Kessler, the athletic director here. And I always want to give a shout out to Zach. I haven't mentioned him much recently, but I had a chance to converse with him before the game today for a while. We were reminiscing, and then let's see. The player is up. Yeah, I heard the PA announcer say Reinhardt was the Panther that was shaken up, and Jim Rossi still talking to him on the sideline, but he's up and standing and conversing. So that's a good sign for number 55 for the Franklin Regional Panthers, senior Hunter Reinhardt. So 3rd down, 3 to go from the 46-yard line of their own, right in the middle of the FR emblem on the middle of the field. They hand the ball off to Dupeal, and Dupeal battles and gets up to about the 50, and that should be good enough for a first down. And it is. So Franklin Regional now, midfield, trailing the Riverhawks by 5 points here in this third quarter. Dropping back, firing it down the sideline. The ball's up in the air, in and off the receiver's hand. That wasn't an easy catch. It was single coverage on Bennett. The ball hung up there a little bit. Bennett tried to get it, but again, a good coverage there, and he wasn't able to secure the football and then fell to the turf. 2:14 to play in the third quarter, and Bennett's going to take a break after that long sprint down that far sideline. 2nd down and 10 from the midfield stripe. Now 2 backs in the backfield from the shotgun. Give it to Dupeal. Starts left, cuts it back. Short pickup there. Good job. Looked like Armstrong, number 69, did a good job there. I'm looking on my roster and I don't see a 69, but that's the player out there that made that short stop on Dupeal. 3rd down and 9. In fact, held him to a 1-yard gain. Now, when you're trailing in a football game, 3rd down and long, you're thinking, hey, we got to get the first down here. Twin receivers to the near side. Single receiver to the far side. Receiver in motion from near to far. Dropping back, they want to set up the screen, and it's snuffed out. Armstrong not fooled. Limke kept backing up, and then it seemed like some of the rushers just stopped and said, we're going to let you back up as far as you want to go, but we're going to defend this screen, and they did it very well. 4th and 9. Big decision here for Coach Getsy from midfield. 1:25 to go. You're down 5. That's 1 touchdown that you need. And an extra point, of course, or 1 touchdown will get you a lead. But he is not going to punt. Going to go for it. 4th and 9 from the 49-yard line. And now he will quick punt it. And a short punt is going to bounce and take an FR roll. Yes, down around the 20-yard line. It will die at the 20. So I thought that would be the move to make, because if the Franklin Regional defense can turn them over, and we haven't gotten a turnover from Armstrong here tonight thus far, give it the offense a shorter field to work with. But Now the defense has got to say, hey, we can't give up another touchdown because then it becomes a 2-score deficit. You'd be down 12 points potentially. Woody High winning Kiski area 21-0. That game being played at Woodland Hills High School. Penn Trafford and Latrobe. Penn Trafford with a 3-point lead, 17-14 at Latrobe Memorial Stadium tonight. Oliver back, and this is going to be a direct run. And the Panthers do a good job tackling him behind the 20-yard line. And you can see, Oliver's just very comfortable running. I'm just seeing him for the first time here tonight, but after watching this first half and how he's played, and got injured, one of the linemen for Armstrong is shaken up, number 73. That's Cam Papino. Cam is a junior, 6'2", 290-pound offensive lineman, defensive lineman that was trying to get off the field, and he just couldn't make it. So we've got a stoppage in play with 53 and 1/10 seconds to go in the third quarter. But, yes, indeed. And while we have this opportunity, I want to mention about the seniors that are playing their last regular season home game, and if they don't get a home game in the postseason, their last one for Franklin Regional, Darwin Jones, Heath Sleva, Jude Gentili, Jake Virostek, Elijah Bennett, Chase Lemke, Joey Bain, McAllister Bresnahan, Jake Weir, Austin Kearns, Kyle Dupeal, no, not him, that's a young, who else as I go down that list for Franklin Regional? Jack Silvis, Brent Hickey, Andrew DeBola, Hunter Reinhardt, little run there for a couple. Hunter Reinhardt, I don't want to forget any of these young men. Emmanuel Papala. So those are the 17 seniors started the year. 16 are still on the roster here at the end of the regular season. And I wanted to mention all those young men's names. A lot of those guys have gotten a lot of playing time this year, but some of the guys that maybe didn't get as much, and I didn't get a chance to talk about them specifically, I certainly want to get them recognized here on the broadcast here tonight on senior night. 3rd and 11, and they're going to let the clock run out. Third quarter is in the books. 1 quarter to go. We got a tight one, a bit surprising. The score, Armstrong Riverhawks 19, the Panthers 14. We'll be back after this.
Whether you're just stopping in for a drink at the bar or having lunch or dinner, give one of D'Annunzio's seasonal drink specials a try. Our refreshing house-made sangria comes in 3 flavors, red, white, and peach. We have local craft beers on tap as well. Plus, D'Annunzio's offers our very own private label wine. We have Chardonnay, White Zinfandel, Pinot Grigio, Moscato, Cabernet, Merlot, Pinot Noir, and Champagne at D'Annunzio's.
I am the swiftest creature alive. I can make it. I will make it.
That's where we come in. The Collision Shop by Jason Mignon is your one-stop shop for all things auto body repair. Our experienced technicians and state-of-the-art facilities have you covered. Body repairs, refinishing, glass replacement, and more. Our friendly office staff is happy to assist you through every step of your vehicle's repair process. Visit thecollisionshopbyjason.com for our complete list of services.
Jonathan Way back with you. The fourth quarter is sponsored by, you betcha, D-Bat Pittsburgh East, opening this winter in export. D-Bat features a 20,000 square foot state-of-the-art baseball and softball training facility. And I may have to hold off on this. I don't normally like to, but if they're going to get a playoff, I definitely want to get that playoff here because we're in a tight game here. The underdog team playing tough and leading by 14. That underdog team being the Armstrong Riverhawks. But I'll get that break in for our second and fourth quarter sponsors here the last part of the season. D-Bat Pittsburgh East. 4th and 14 from the 16. Armstrong will punt. It's a low punt and won't be fielded by the Panther, and it's going to take a nice roll. He kicked away from the Panthers Logan Macharka, who was back to receive that punt. Logan was toward the middle of the field. He kicked it toward that left side, and he got a nice bounce out of that. So now FR will have it with pretty good field position. Could have been nicer. They could have had it around midfield, but still good field position, trailing 19-14. And we're starting quarter number 4. Panther will indeed start from their own 43. And that's not too shabby to start an offensive drive. North Hills 10, Central Valley 7. Not a favorable score, Nicolette, from the Panthers' perspective there. They would need a Central Valley win and a win here in their own building to try to get a little higher seed tomorrow. And they give the ball to Dupil. Dupil just keeps bouncing and pushing and sliding, and he takes it 7 yards or about 7 yards to about the 49-yard line. Give him 6 yards. And those are what those proverbial wins, winning it down, getting 4 or more yards each play on offense. That will allow you to have a great opportunity for success. Speaking of Jude Gentili, Coach Legacy's going to put Jude in. He had a nice game last week, rushing 8 times for 50 yards and a touchdown for the senior. And so now we've got a timeout call, and I believe it'll be called by Franklin Regional. So let's take a quick timeout, and we'll be back in this fourth quarter. Stay with us. We got a dandy going on.
At World Class Transmission Service, we're committed to providing excellence in customer service, the highest quality work, and the most cost-effective solutions for you. We'll have you back on the road fast and with the least effect on your wallet. Don't let our low prices fool you. The quality of our work is of the highest standard. Our qualified, professional, and experienced team uses the most advanced, modern equipment to diagnose, repair, and service your vehicle. To learn more, call or stop in today.
All right, we are back. 10:33 to go, fourth quarter. FR 2nd and 4 from their 49-yard line. They're moving right to left across your monitor in this frame. Here comes a blitz. Throwing deep down the field. The ball's up in the air. It isn't caught, or did he drop it? Dropped it. It was a combat catch situation, and the DB and the receiver was both going up battling for it. And unfortunately, the receiver not able to bring that one down, but it was contested. Incomplete, 3rd and 4. Again, I think the idea was nice, called by Coach Getsy, to try to get a big chunk play going here. And it looked promising when that ball was being delivered in the air and going down the field, but the DB got a chance to come back on that, and then the Panthers are going to run that ball up the middle, and they may get nothing to the line to scrimmage. 4th down and 4. And again, Coach Getsy, you're down 5. I don't know if you want to go for it here. If you don't get it, you give them a short field, meaning the Riverhawks, and they get a touchdown. And you talk about all of a sudden this game has become a very, very tight one, and now they're going to punt it, it looks like. Yep. Now, if you're deep in their territory, that's a different story, but to give them the ball at midfield with the big play people they have, yeah, you wouldn't want to do that. So I agree with Coach Getsy's decision here to punt it. 9:30 and clicking in the fourth quarter. Franklin Regional needs a win to have a hope of perhaps getting the good news. And then that snap is over his head, but the whistle did blow beforehand. Now that would be disaster. FR has turned the ball over via fumble 3 times in this game. The visitors from Armstrong have not turned it over. Penalty against Franklin Regional is going to back them up. They'll be snapping the ball from their own 45. Panther punter standing back at about the 31 on that far hash mark. And it's a better snap, and the punt is away, a high one, and back to receive that at the 20-yard line. He didn't fair catch it, and he gets thrown down immediately. A bit risky there, but the flag thrown on the play. But that young man very confident in his handling ball skills. That was Joe Bartolowicz, the senior, who has gotten a touchdown in the first quarter today, an 18-yard touchdown pass from Oliver. And so they're going to come back. Looks like it'll be re-kick time for Franklin Regional. Well, be that as it may, Franklin Regional has already qualified for the WPL playoffs that start next Friday night, and that'll be against Franklin Regional. And so they'll be in the playoffs. But coming into this game here tonight against Armstrong, they had thoughts of a win here, and if Central Valley would knock off North Hills, who they're battling for that final home game spot next week, they'd have it. Well, the Panthers haven't held their end up. That punt is away, and it will take a bounce favorable for Franklin Regional inside the 35-yard line and will die at the 31. So Armstrong will have it with a 19-14 lead. 9 minutes and 1 second to go. And Hempfield area is taking a 28-21 lead over Gateway. How about that? But the fourth quarter is presented by DBAT Pittsburgh East, a 20,000 square foot baseball and softball training facility coming to Westmoreland County. DBAT is now booking cage rentals for local teams, leagues, and individuals. Visit d-bat-pitt-east.com to learn more. Opening this winter in Export, PA. They run the ball up the middle and a nice gash up to the 40-yard line. 9-yard rip. Let's see if that was Kunis carrying the middle, and it was their leading rusher for Armstrong, Costa Kunis Jr. 2nd and 1. 8:43 to go. Speaking of seniors coming out off the field, Emmanuel Papala, senior defensive lineman, getting a blow. And they run the ball up the middle, and they're still scrambling. No signal. It's 1 yard, but it's close to them not getting it. They may be short. It might be 3rd and inches. Yep, he did not get it. 3rd and inches for Armstrong. And that clock keeps running. Time keeps ticking. For Armstrong, it would be a good way for them to end their season, ending that 7-game losing streak that they came to Murraysville with tonight. And with some of the young players that they have, particularly at the quarterback, they toss it to the left. Kunis drives hard and gets hit. Didn't need to get much, so it all depends on the spot. They had to get it to about the 41-yard line. And if he did that and he just needed a little bit, didn't get it. It'll be 4th and inches. Big decision here now for Frank Fabian, the head coach of Armstrong. But then we got a penalty against Armstrong that's going to back them up. That makes things even worse for the Riverhawks on that. It's going to be 3rd or 4th and inches, 5-yard penalty. Ball back at the 35 of Armstrong. They've got to get to about the 39. I want to say the 41-yard line is where they need to get to for a first down. This may be the first of a couple big plays for Franklin Regional in this game if they're going to come back and win it. Oliver from the shotgun slings it, and the ball is batted down nicely. The Panthers couldn't sack him, but they got close enough to bat the ball down. 4th down and 6. And I don't think here, I'll be curious what Fabian does. But I would think you're protecting the lead. And you go for it, Franklin Regional stops you. FR's got a short field to work with. Now, they may have that again. A lot of teams will do this. They look at go for it, then the quarterback will punt it away, and that's what he does. Line drive, field at the 40-yard line. He breaks it to the near sideline to the 50, down the near sideline to the 40, and lowers the shoulder hard at the 36-yard line. What a return. That looked to be McAllister Bresnahan that showed some grit. Boy, that collision, I hope you folks enjoyed watching it on the video stream. he came up that near sideline, and he lowered that shoulder. He said, this is important. We got to win this game. I didn't think it was a late hitter, and you heard some fans, whatever, moaning in the background. It was just a hard hit, but he was in bounds. 7:07 left in the fourth. Riverhawks 19, Panthers 14. So the Panthers now already in Riverhawks territory. Darwin Jones is coming in at one of the receiver spots, number 2. Bennett is over there, number 6. They're flanked on the same side. One receiver at the bottom of the screen. And Lemke rolling that way. Lemke will step up, fire it, and low and drop. Looking for Darwin Jones, but the pass was down below the knees there. Now, is that a ball that is certainly catchable? Yes. But the senior, Darwin Jones, not able to pull that ball up into his arms, and incomplete. Now, this is, clutch time here now. You're down in a game that you have some significance in wanting and needing to win to enhance your playoff position. 2nd and 10 from the 37. They give the ball up the middle, and Dupil gets it down around the 35. So not much, 2 yards maybe. Now you're in a situation here, as the clock is at 6:47 and ticking, that if you get down here and it's 4th and, short, I think this is my thinking on that. I think that Coach Getzy is likely to go for it at this juncture. Why different now? The time left in the game and how further up the field you are towards your opponent's goal line. And Lemke dropping back. Lemke fires it out, and he misfires. Overthrows a wide open tight end at the 30-yard line who had room to go and get that. 4th down and 7. Now, that makes it even more interesting because now you don't have, you're at the 32 or 33-yard line and going for it. Coach Getzy's not looking like he's not going to go for it. I think he recognizes 6:23. He's got to take a shot. Hopefully they can get a good play done and get the first down or not. He puts that pressure on his defense. Sidecar to the right, twins to the far side. Lemke rolling, Lemke firing, and the ball is dropped. Catchable ball, yes, at the 25-yard line, and it looked like Elijah Bennett. That ball was right around his waist. Nobody was ready to immediately hit him, and Elijah does not secure the ball. And so, on 4th and 7, the Panthers would have been, if Elijah catches that ball, I think he's able to get the little bit of yardage needed if he in fact didn't get it where he caught the ball at. But that one he couldn't come up with. Quarterback delivered a good ball to him that time. So now Riverhawks stave off the Panthers. The Panther defense is back out there. Franklin Regional has 3 timeouts, as do the Riverhawks. Riverhawks don't want to use theirs. They don't want to have to. They hand the ball off, and Kooknes runs it up in there, crosses the 35, and they give him the 36 2 or 3 yard pickup for that young man who's run pretty strong tonight on a couple of occasions. Costas Kooknes, Couknas. Costas will be back for Frank Fabian next year. His leading rusher will be back. Quarterback will be back. One of his top receivers will also be back. So now taking their time. Clock ticking, 5:44 left. Can the defense give the Panthers one more shot? Ball thrown down the side. You got a man wide open, and he makes the catch at the 32-yard line. 2 defenders down there around him. Goes up, makes the catch at the Franklin Regional 32-yard line. Wow, that was a good, well-thrown ball by Jaden Oliver against 2 defenders. The receiver made the catch and shaken up. Tried to get up, but then could not, and he rolled over on his back. So that'll bring out the athletic trainer for Armstrong, and that's Todd Harvey. And I remember Todd, one of the last times I went to Armstrong, the broadcast of football game, he was the athletic director up there at Armstrong, Todd Harvey. Now the player is up after making a big clutch catch. And I think that is their top wide out, Kyan Klein, the senior, that made that clutch catch for a first down. .5:31 to go in the game. Riverhawks 19, Panthers 14. 1st and 10, so a new set of downs. Referee says get the clock started. We're ready for play. North Hill's leading Central Valley still 10-7, and that's got to be around the same time frame of our game up there at Central Valley tonight. Beaver County. From the shotgun, receiver in motion from that side. Quarterback's going to run it again. Lowers the shoulder, gets a couple additional yards. Jaden Oliver. Tough physical run there by the quarterback. 4:53 in running. Coach Getty at some point is going to have to decide once they got that big catch on 3rd down and long to get deep into Panthers territory. He may not have the luxury of saving him for offense. Panthers have not turned over Armstrong tonight. Conversely, the Panthers have turned the football over to the Riverhawks 3 times. One of them resulted in one of their scores. Oliver back. Oliver swings it. Sets up the screen on the left side to Kooknes. Kooknes to the 20. Kooknes now. Still on his feet down around the 10-yard line. Wow. Kooknes, Nicolette looks so poised back there with all those people running at him. He's as cool as Stuart Scott, the late ESPN host. Cool as the other side of the pillow. And Nicolette's laughing because she says, yeah, I know that, Jonathan, because I like to flip my pillow over at night and get to that cool side. That's how Jordan Oliver has been tonight, this sophomore. But looks like they're bringing the ball back. Yeah, he would have been down around the 10, so that's a break for Franklin Regional there. But some time has burned off the clock. It's running again. 4:07 left. Franklin Regional still holding on to their 3 timeouts, trailing by 5. FR needs a touchdown. Field goal does them no good. Oliver, sidecar moves from his left to the right side of the court. They give it to Kooknes. Kooknes busts up the middle. Takes it down around the 22 or so yard line. Gain of around 4 for Costa. Bethel Park, Peters Township. That's an interesting rivalry game there. 21-21 in the one of the other Class 5A conferences. And then we've got a Panther player down on his backside, and the training staff comes out. I mentioned Jim Rossi, head athletic trainer here for a number of years. He's assisted by Lauren Colosimo and Kaylee Bellahovlevek. And one of the ladies were out there quickly to attend to the fallen Panther. Armstrong coming here trying to spoil Senior Night 2024 here at Panther Stadium. More importantly, upset Franklin Regional and have a chance to say that they eliminated them from perhaps getting that first round home game next Friday. And now that young man for Franklin Regional is up and walking. I think it looks like 44. Let me get a better look. If it's 44, it's Brent Hickey, senior linebacker. And the fans give him some support as he walks over under his own steam to the sideline. Panthers need to force a turnover here if they can as quickly as possible. Coach Getsky trying to hold on to those 3 timeouts like they are valuable, and indeed they are. But sometimes you've got to save some time before you get the ball on offense to have a better chance to get down the field. You got to get a touchdown. 3rd and 1 from the 32. Big play here. Quarterback takes his time. Oliver walks up toward the center, looking over to his sideline. The sophomore, now he backpedals to his position in the shotgun. Receiver comes in motion from near to far. Hands the ball. No, he fakes the handoff, carries it around the left side. He's going to take it in for a 32-yard touchdown run. Jaden Oliver, the quarterback, nice job of faking the handoff and running around that left side, untouched into the end zone. And that, ladies and gentlemen, might be the coup de grace on the Panthers' comeback hopes. That was sweet. How he faked the handoff. I had a real good view of it to call it for you. And he pulled that ball out, ran around that left side, and nobody laid a glove on it. Extra point to come, which would make it 26-14 Armstrong. Extra point kick is up. It looks good to me, and the officials more importantly say it is good. The extra point is good, and that makes our score with 2:59 to go. The Armstrong Riverhawks have hit the 26-point mark, and the Franklin Regional Panthers are sitting at currently with 14. We'll be back with more fourth quarter action here in a moment.
State Representative Mike Reese was a great advocate for the kids in our community. He felt athletics were a vital tool in raising healthy, happy kids. The Mike Reese Memorial Fund offers grants to local youth athletic organizations so that every kid has a chance to play. Funding is available for new equipment, registration fee offset, facility improvements, and more. Visit MikeReeseMemorialFund.com to apply.
It may be small, but it can bear over 4,000 times its own weight. And that's just the door hinge. Sturdy design, all the way down to the smallest detail. The Taos. Hop in. It's a VW.
For a great deal on a new 2024 Volkswagen Taos, visit Sendell VW in Greensburg. SendellVW.com.
Okay, a pooch kick fielded on the near sideline by the Franklin Regional Panthers. That was number 17, Jake Weir, senior. So the Panthers, though, now trail by 12. They need 2 touchdowns, and they've got just 2:58 to go. So that's why I said that beautifully executed run by quarterback Jaden Oliver might be put the kibosh on the Panther comeback attempts here this evening. 2:58, and the Panthers got to get down the field twice. Very, very challenging. Stranger things can happen and have happened, but Armstrong's come in here and played themselves a very good football game tonight. From their own 44, Lemke dropping back. Throws down the near side, and the ball's up in the air, and he slips and falls. The ball was underthrown by Lemke down the near sideline to Elijah Bennett. Bennett had come back to try to get to it, but it was still short. Underthrown ball. If that ball was been able to be thrown to lead him a little bit down the sideline, Bennett may have had a chance to make a quick catch and perhaps a run, but no, incomplete. 2nd down and 10 from their own 44. Don't forget, when this one is over, we'll take a short break, come back, recap the game, and talk about some of the scintillating highlight plays and get ready to send you into your Friday night here on October 25th. Looking like they want to blitz, and they are. And Lemke trying to get that screen set up, gets the ball over to the receiver at the 40, comes down the near sideline, crosses the 50. Making that catch for FR was Matthew Moore, the junior receiver, 5'10", 150. And the clock, he didn't get out of bounds. Clock still ticking. 2:33, Franklin Regional with 3 timeouts on that board. Panthers, though, taking up a lot of time here, and they don't have a lot of time that they can waste. Lemke fires it behind the receiver at the 40-yard line. The intended receiver was Heath Sleva, the senior. And again, that ball was thrown behind him. He was coming off from that right side coming across the field, and the ball was thrown behind her where he had to reach back. 4th and 4, and this, folks, is the ball game. Panthers don't keep possession of it. I'm sure Coach Detsy may try to burn those 3 timeouts, perhaps not, but they wouldn't be able. The odds of them scoring twice with under 2 minutes to go, I wouldn't take the odds to the Rivers Casino, Nicolette. 2:15. And Lemke back. Lemke looking to the near side. Fires. He's got a man on the run. Bennett. Crossing pattern. Gets to the 35-yard line. Best throw tonight for Chase Lemke to Elijah Bennett. Hit him in stride. 2:04 and running. 1st and 10. Ball at the 35-yard line. A timeout, Franklin Regional. See Jude Gentili in that backfield. The senior. One thing about Jude over his career, he plays down lineman on defense, wears number 4, and he's a competitor there. 5'5", 155-pound young man. Did that last year as a junior. This year, when he's playing defense, he's lined up on the line. And he just plays with a lot of determination and fire. That's Jude Gentili. So congratulations to our Week 8 Westmoreland Sports Network Player of the Week. That is Jared Garn of Mount Pleasant. Garn caught a touchdown pass, rushed for a touchdown, kicked the field goal, and was 4 for 4 in extra points in the Vikings win last week over Nicolette's Dairy Area Trojan team. Congratulations to our other finalists, John Wetzel of Latrobe and Bell Vernon's Curdy Wade. Watch back to interviews with all of our Players of the Week winners on our YouTube channel. So 2:03 the clock is stopped. And the Panthers ready to go. Lemke back. Lemke looking. Lofts the ball up. He's got a man open in the end zone. Back in the end zone. Touchdown. Elijah Bennett. 33-yard touchdown. And that time he threw a good ball. Bennett was about 3 or 4 yards beyond the defender. And Elijah made the catch and turned and ran it in. So a 33-yard touchdown catch by Elijah Bennett, the senior. His 5th touchdown catch of the year for Elijah here on senior night. Panthers, let's see as I get that. Note the Panthers are going to kick that extra point. That comes with 1 minute and 51 seconds left in the game. Score is 26-20. The extra point will make it 26-21. The Panthers got to get that onside kick to go. And it is good by Bain. So now the Panthers still have it life with 1:51 to go. Not a lot of life. We'll see what happens. We'll be right back.
Drive like a champion with Bowser Chevrolet of Monroeville. You're always on the winning team with Bowser Chevrolet. Visit BowserChevrolet.com 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and get the power of Bowser in your hands. Customize your payments, apply for financing, get a value for your trade and more with the Bowser Express Store. See the full lineup of Chevy cars, trucks, and SUVs at BowserChevrolet.com. Bowser Chevrolet, where the power of Bowser is yours.
A lot of events with CSA, it's one of the things I love about this organization, and I'm just so proud of what we do in Westmoreland County, from prevention conferences, veterans conferences, youth summits. We help with national night outs. There's so many different events and things that we've pulled together that have been really cool over the years. The best thing to be involved in the county, this is it. So we have a lot of members and things of that nature, but we are looking for more people to join and be a part of the group that can really be a part of the core team and invest into the community. So.
All right, we're back. 1:51 to go. Onside kick time for Joey Bain, the senior kicker. Panthers trailing the Riverhawks by 5 points with 1:51 to go. And there goes the onside kick attempt. And the ball is picked up by Franklin Regional, I believe, at the 45. Yes! The onside kick by Bain is executed perfectly. And the Panthers timed that on that far side. He kicked it from his left to his right. And the guys that had very little chance for Armstrong to be able to field that ball. And the referee said it's an onside recovery. The Panthers have, where's Nicolette? Nicolette, they got more life suddenly. Yes, the Panthers get the onside recovery. And they have the ball, where are they going to mark it at the 50? Looking for the pigskin there. Looks to be at the 50. And Coach Gessie still has his 3 timeouts left. Nicolette, don't go anywhere. We have a fantastic finish. Lemke dropping back. Lemke now flings it out. He's got a man open. Makes the catch. On the near side, Elijah Bennett takes it to the 31, gaining 19 yards. The senior wide out, number 6, Elijah Bennett, went up high, took advantage of that 6'1" frame, made the catch against that zone defense. Well done. And then now, one of the Panther assistant coaches is trying to draw his guys together. I haven't seen him take a Panther timeout away. And then now some of the players are trying to get the crowd into the game. 1:44 to go. Panthers in a penalty on Armstrong. The ball's going to be down at the 17. Frank the Regional now calls that timeout. Goodness gracious. FR trying to make one of their most remarkable comebacks, at least in recent memory. When it looked like this underdog team from Armstrong, the Riverhawks, coming into Murraysville and playing themselves a very good football game. They hadn't turned it over all night until on this onside kick attempt with 1:51 left in the game. Panthers recovered that. Otherwise, they were +3 in terms of turnover ratio in their favor for Armstrong until just a moment ago. And then that great catch down the near sideline, well played, timing, leaping up, securing the football that time, Elijah Bennett, to set the Panthers up even better. Football at the 17 following that penalty. Panthers with 2 timeouts. They're in a real good position here now. They just cannot afford to give that 4th turnover of the season. So here we go. Right to left, the Panthers moving at the 17-yard line of the Riverhawks. Dropping back Lemke, rolling to his right. Lemke with some room to run. Lemke will run the ball down the sideline, runs out of bounds down around the 10, perhaps the 9. Stops the clock, saves that timeout. Heads up play by the senior quarterback, Lemke, on that one. Didn't want to force a bad throw in there. Got some positive yardage and saved the timeout. So those are all good aspects that could happen for Franklin Regional on that play. Now we got a flag thrown, and looks like somebody hailed for him to get around that right side, and the ball being pushed back to about the 21. 1:37 to go. Panthers 21, Riverhawks 26. Panthers at the 21-yard line, far hash mark of the Riverhawks. Lemke dropping back. Lemke stepping up. Lemke fires. The ball is caught inside the 10. Elijah Bennett with another reception. The senior coming through big time. 1:21 in a running clock. Bennett making plays where they really have to be made. Do or die time in this football game. Bennett flanked to the right side. Look, they've got a safety over there to help try to cover him. I don't think they want to have Bennett one-on-one. Lemke now will roll to the near side. Lemke looking. Lemke will go. Fire it. Oh, it was almost intercepted. Should have been intercepted, in fact. Lemke was rolling through the pass right into the hands of the Armstrong defender in the end zone. Wow. Lemke dodged a major bullet there. 56 and 2/10 seconds left in the game. FR at the 10-yard line of the Riverhawks. A 3rd down and 3, but they're going forward on 4th down. So the Panthers got 2 plays to get the 1st down or get the touchdown. 3 Panthers flanked to the near side of the formation. Bennett single to the receiver to the right. Bennett working. Now quarterback Lemke will run it out of bounds inside the 10, maybe about the 6 at best or the 7. But he did get out of bounds at the 50.9 second mark left in this game. Fourth and 3. Panthers have to at least get the 1st down or it's over. And now they're going to try to run the ball, and we'll just let them unstack on this one. Now they blow the whistle. Timeout, I think, is being called by Coach Getsy. And it's a 1st down, Franklin Regional. I think that's what they're saying. Yes, it is. 1st down, FR. 47 seconds, they're down. Football marked at the 5. Wow, yeah, Nicola, I agree with you 100%. Wow, what a turn of events in the final minutes.
That's crazy. I wasn't expecting this.
Truth be told, I don't think many people were that Fuller for Franklin would be thinking. All right, wow, what a way to play your last game of the regular season for both these high school teams. Armstrong come here tonight playing for nothing. No playoffs. They already been eliminated. Lost 7 games in a row. Franklin Regional clinched the 3rd place spot out of the conference last week when they lost against Woody High. But a chance to perhaps, with a win and some help, get a home game next Friday night. Here we go. And the ball running. And Lemke gets down to about the 2. Clock still ticking. 40 seconds. Now they stop it. 40.3 seconds to go. So Lemke got to look to me from up here, about the 2-yard line. Timeout, Franklin Regional. Oh, my. If you stay with us throughout this game tonight, you've been treated to a fantastic, exciting finish of these 2 Class 5A teams, Armstrong Riverhawks and the Franklin Regional Panthers, here on senior night. Wow. Now the Panthers leave from the field to the sideline. The coaches do, and we're going to see. Now, I would say this. I got a guy that wears number 26, second leading rusher in the WPIL coming into tonight. The Panthers have no timeouts left. Will they give it to DePeel? Look, Lemke's going to run it around the near side. Lemke's got a lane. Lemke will dive. Touchdown. 2-yard touchdown run by Chase Lemke with 34 seconds left. And that was close, but he runs it in. A 2-yard touchdown run by senior quarterback Lemke. It's now 27-26 Franklin Regional with 34 seconds left in the contest. The extra point to come. Wow. Lemke came a long way. The ball was in the middle of the field, and when he did not hand the ball off and ran around to his offensive left side, there was a lot of guys flying toward him from Armstrong. And now the Panthers are going to go for 2, and Jude Gentile gets the 2-point conversion for Franklin Regional. And FR has come back in the final 151. Our score, Franklin Regional Panthers 29. The Armstrong Riverhawks 26. My, oh my. What a tremendous, exciting finish here at Panther Stadium. 34 seconds to go. Jude Gentile, 2-point run for the senior. That gives the Panthers a 3-point lead. And if you're thinking through, a field goal at best could only tie the game. And they've got to get down within reasonable field goal range. The young man has been doing most of their kicking tonight. Is a freshman. And it looks like he's a lineman. Dan Peterson, freshman, 6 foot, 185 pounds. Well, that's what he's listed as. Now, here is where you'd like to see Joey Bain. He got a touchback earlier in this game. He's been struggling in that area lately. He did the onside kick to perfection to set up this touchdown that gave the Panthers the lead. Can he get a touchback and not allow a return? 3 safeties back for Armstrong. That kick is high. That kick will go into the end zone, and they will down it. Touchback done by Joey Bain. 34 seconds left. 3 timeouts for the Riverhawks. They need a field goal to tie, a touchdown to pull out a victory that apparently about a minute and 20 seconds ago in the game time looked very, very remote that they would need to be in this position. But the Panthers, with the onside kick job being done so well by Bain, Elijah Bennett, the senior receiver, came through aces, making catch after catch after catch on a game-winning drive, or you're going to be shaking hands with coming off of a loss. Here we go, 34 seconds left. Oliver, 4 receiver formation. Looking to the left side, Oliver fires it. He's got a man open across the 30. Going down the sideline, gets pushed out around the 44. That's a nice pickup by the calm, cool, collected sophomore's QB, Jaden Oliver. That's what you need. You need chunks here on the first play of this drive. It's got to be big for them. He got a big chunk play. 27.7 seconds left. Panthers looking to grab a win and go into the postseason next week feeling much better for themselves than they did after last week's loss here against Woody High. Dropping back, fires it to the sideline. That ball's low, but it's caught at the 49. Good job by his receiver to go down and make that catch that was on a low throw. Making that catch for Armstrong to be Joe Bartolowicz, their senior wideout, their second leading receiver. And Bartolowicz has got in this game tonight a touchdown on his resume. Looking to the near side. That ball's batted down. Coming up with a big bat, McAllister Bresnahan, the senior linebacker, coming from the left flank. 3rd and 1, 20 seconds left in the contest. Third down and 1. Oliver back, looking left, running left, runs through the line of scrimmage. He's got the first down and will make it to about the 45-yard line. This one is not over just yet, but we're down to 11.8 seconds. 2 timeouts for the Riverhawks so they can stop the clock. They get a big play down in the middle of the field. They got to get down there, call that timeout, and take their shot into that end zone. Frank is saying we don't even want to let them get any closer. And a timeout has been called. What a football game we are having the pleasure of providing you on this Friday night, wherever you are watching. Franklin Regional Panthers football here on the Westmoreland Sports Network. And folks, for the latest Westmoreland County High School football scores tonight, follow us on X at the @ Westmoreland SN, or check out our screen score tracker on our website at westmorelandsports.com. Both are updated frequently throughout the night, so you can get the most up-to-date scores on all of our Westmoreland County High School teams. Jonathan Whaley with you with the call. Producer is Nicolette Peterson and the videographer Ricky Pitzer. And it's been an entertaining night for us, and hopefully you're enjoying it as we're delivering to you and having as much fun as we are. Okay, 11.8, 1st and 10 on the 45 of Franklin. Oliver from the shotgun. Receiver from the far side comes in motion to near. Now Oliver back. Oliver looking. The ball's in the air. The ball's in the air deep. It's up in the air, and he can't make the catch. He tried to make a one-hand catch, but now there seems to be is that a flag? It looks like, I don't know where that flag came in, if the official on the near sideline. Defense interference. Oh, my. 4.9 seconds to go. It looked like the defensive back, the closest defensive back as I'm looking at it, around that play would have been Jameer Austin, and he's a very talented player. And, I'd have to see the replay myself on that, because looking at it live, I mean, it looked like it was a contested ball. I didn't see him grab him or, grab him early or anything like that. So they do have life. 4.9 seconds to go. Panthers, no timeouts, and on the board they still have Riverhawks with 2. I don't know if that's right, because they've been using some timeouts. It had to on this drive. Here we go. Oliver, sidecar, to his left, receiving motion from far to near. Oliver back. The ball is in the air. The ball is thrown down, and the ball is caught, and he will not get into the end zone. He's tackled short. He was battling to get in. It looked like he might power his way. The Panthers gang tackled him and drove him back, and the Franklin Regional Panthers win a knuckle-buster football game, 29-26. And they went to one of their top 2 receivers on that play, and that is number 10, Joe Bartolowicz, who has been a touchdown maker tonight. He made the catch, and there was a lot of Panthers around him. But he made the catch, and then he turned. It was like he's just battling and trying so hard. And then the Panthers had a couple guys, and they just refused to let him break the plane as he was trying to dive toward it. What a football game. We'll be back with the post-game show in a moment. You're watching Franklin Regional Panthers football on the Westmoreland Sports Network.
Smale Kia, we know that winning takes hard work, dedication, and a commitment to excellence. By sponsoring Shining Stars, we'll select 2 teams each season to help fund their booster programs. Rewarding their hard work, athletic progress, and community service is an investment we're proud to make. Congrats to our previous Shining Star winners, and good luck. And speaking of excellence, lease a 2024 Kia Forte LXS for only $99 a month from Smale Kia.
Play It Again Sports in Greensburg is your locally owned and operated sporting goods store. We set ourselves apart by offering a wide variety of both new and used equipment at competitive prices. Located in the Greengate East Plaza, below Walmart, Play It Again Sports' knowledgeable staff will help you and your family prepare for every athletic season. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or trade, we are here as your one-stop shop. At Play It Again Sports in Greensburg, everybody plays.
Dr. Derek Grieco Dentistry in Murraysville has been devoted to restoring and enhancing the natural beauty of smiles for nearly 30 years. Dr. Grieco and his skilled team have a long record of expert care and a focus on whole body health. We're one of the few offices in the area that are certified to remove mercury amalgam fillings safely. New patients are always welcome, and we are happy to accommodate emergencies. Visit GriecoDentistry.com. Dr. Derek Grieco Dentistry in Murraysville. Healthy smiles naturally.
Does your car have an electrical problem? Call Murray Auto Electric. Need a remote starter for the winter? Call Murray Auto Electric. Need repairs to your power door locks, power windows, or windshield wipers? Murray Auto Electric does that too. Murray Auto Electric in Delmont offers a full line of services and products for your electrical and communication repair needs. Call 724-668-2100 or murrayautoelectric.com. We'll find your shorts.
It may be small, but it can bear over 4,000 times its own weight. And that's just the door hinge. Sturdy design, all the way down to the smallest detail. The Taos. Hop in. It's a VW.
For a great deal on a new 2024 Volkswagen Taos, visit Sendell VW in Greensburg. SendellVW.com.
All right, Jonathan Woody back from a delighted Panther Stadium in Murraysville, PA, where we saw one tremendous football game. Tough to see even, Armstrong have to lose a game like this as well as they had played. But the Franklin Regional Panthers never gave up. They battled, and they had the battle right down to the last play of the game to come out with a comeback victory. And now they're hoping that the result will change between North Hills playing at Central Valley. North Hills has been leading all night, and the North Hills has won the game. It's up on the board. It says North Hills 10 and the other team 7. So that will not give the outcome that the Panthers needed. They needed to have a loss for North Hills tonight and a win by them. They got their own win in dramatic fashion, but unfortunately, the North Hills Indians got the victory. We'll find out tomorrow. The playoff seeding and games will be announced tomorrow afternoon at 3 p.m. The Panthers will find out whom exactly they're playing and where. But according to the pundits that write about these things, their comments earlier in the week, they thought that it would be 8 versus 9, and that would mean Franklin Regional is a 9 playing at North Hills. We'll see if that holds up to be true. But let's recap this one. The game began with the Panthers winning the opening coin toss and electing to defer to the second half. Well, Armstrong came out, and I guess that was a sign for you, me, and the folks watching it on the network. We're going to have ourselves a ball game. They're not laying down the Riverhawks. They took the opening kickoff. They went down and scored a touchdown. That quarterback we talked about a lot, or I talked about a lot, Jaden Oliver, showed his running skills. He can run the ball pretty well, throw the ball very, very well. A big run by him set the ball down at around the 3-yard line on their opening drive, and then it would be a 1-yard touchdown run on the opening drive by their lead running back, and that's Costa Kunis. The extra point was good, and with 8:27 to play in the first quarter on the opening drive, it was 7-0 Armstrong. The Panthers got their first offensive possession, and the guy that has been their stalwart with the football in terms of making plays and milking the clock, senior running back Kyle Dupeal, had a big run of his own on the opening drive, about a 60-yard run to set the Panthers up, shot nicely deep in the Riverhawks territory, and Dupeal would capitalize with a 29-yard touchdown run with 6:12 to go. That came just 2 minutes and 15 seconds after the opening drive for the Riverhawks. Bain makes the extra point, and it's 7-7. Then with 2 minutes and 1 second to go in the first quarter, it would be the Riverhawks coming up with a touchdown to a young man that made all the drama in the world happen on the last play of this game. That was receiver Joey Bartolowicz. He had an 18-yard touchdown pass from Oliver. They went for the 2-point possession because they kept getting penalized 3 or 4 times, and they didn't want to try, I guess, a 40-yard PAT. They went for the 2-point pass, and it was no good. The score then became Armstrong taking the lead 13, Franklin Regional 7. That would beat our score after 1 quarter in the books. FR down by 6 points. We moved to the second quarter, and with the Panthers getting the football on a transition from the end of the first quarter into the second quarter, at the 10:28 mark, the Panthers on their second possession, again, Dupeal doing most of the heavy lifting, got the ball down to the 1-yard line where senior quarterback Chase Lemke took it in from a yard out. The extra point was good, and Franklin Regional took a 14-13 advantage with 10:28 left in the first half. That would be our score. No further scoring in that second quarter. Moving to the second half, the Panthers offense had the ball first. They did not go down as they did last Friday night, drive in for a touchdown. And with 4:10 to go in the third quarter, Jaden Oliver, that sophomore quarterback, would score this time on his own. He passed for the one to Bartolowicz, but this time he would run it in from 6 yards out. Oliver, they went for the 2-point pass. That one was no good, and the score was Armstrong 19, Franklin Regional 14. Armstrong reclaimed the lead. That score came with 4:10 left in the third quarter. There would be no further scoring in the third quarter, and heading into the fourth, Armstrong was looking good, playing very well, had not turned the ball over at all. FR would end up turning the ball over 3 times. 19-14, Armstrong led after 3 quarters. And we go to the fourth quarter when it looked like the Panthers had gotten an opportunity, was not able to take advantage of it, and the clock suddenly became not on their side. However, with 2:59 to go, the Armstrong Riverhawks would get a 32-yard TD run by who else? That quarterback, the outstanding sophomore quarterback, Jaden Oliver. Good fake, ran around the perimeter on the left side from 32 yards. The score became Apollo Ridge, with the extra point being good. It was Apollo Ridge, I want to call it, Armstrong 26, Franklin Regional 14. A 12-point lead for the visitors from Armstrong with only 2:59 left to play. Did it look bleak for Franklin Regional? Truthfully, got to say, it was. But it's not over till the clock says the final zeros in that fourth quarter. Franklin Regional would get an electrifying effort from Elijah Bennett, their senior wideout, that they had missed. He and the quarterback Lemke had not connected a couple times on the previous drive, but Bennett kind of just elevated his game and his strength as a receiver, and he would make a couple catches to move the Panthers down deep into the territory for the Riverhawks, and with 1:51 to play in the fourth quarter, it was a 33-yard catch by Bennett from Lemke. The Panthers had broken through, and the extra point was good, and the Panthers were trailing the Riverhawks 26-21 with 1:51 left in the game. Panthers still had no room for error, but that drive with the outstanding catching of Bennett gave him a hand, gave him a choice, a hope. And then the Panthers got the ball back after a well-executed onside kick by senior Joey Bain. And again, I was describing it, and I was impressed by it because he lined up on the near side. His extra point attempt, he kicked it from the near side to the far side. It was timed well by a couple of the Panthers up defenders on that side, because it seemed from my vantage point, as soon as the ball got 10 yards, it was not secured or clearly secured by an Armstrong Riverhawk. The Panthers come up with it, and they made the final seconds memorable, as it would be trailing 26-21, 34 seconds left in the quarter. Lemke would fake the ball to Bupil, run out, roll out to his left, and he had to do a little shifting and angling. And I'm saying, can he shift enough? Can he angle and hit pay dirt? He did just that. 34 seconds left, 2-yard TD run for Lemke. Jude Gentili then came on, ran him the extra point. Franklin Regional would come all the way back and led Armstrong 29-26. But ladies and gentlemen, it wasn't over, as with 3 timeouts and a little bit of time left, the quarterback Oliver, he made a couple big time throws and got his team down the field where they were deep in the red zone with a little bit of time left, in the game. And then he ended up with a few seconds left, like 4-point-something seconds left. He dropped back. He looked to the right, was looking for his receiver. His receiver, and I believe it was Bertolowicz, made the catch at around the 1 or 2 yard line. The Panthers tried to swarm him. You could see the receiver with all his energy and effort trying to say, I just got to dive into that end zone. We're going to win this game. The Panthers, who had surrounded him, refused to let him break their tackling attempts, and he takes it short. They end up pushing him back to about the 2. That was the final play of the game. Franklin Regional comes back to win it 29-26. The Panthers get the win. They raise their overall record this year to 7 wins and 3 losses. They're 4-2, finishing the Class 5A Big East Conference. Good enough for 3rd place, and of course they had clinched the playoff spot last week. The Armstrong Riverhawks, well, they came in losing 7 straight. They lost their 8th straight, but they certainly did not look like a team losers of 7 games, the way they came in here and played so hard, played so clean, error-free until the final moments of the football game, and just really gave Franklin Regional all they could handle for most of this game, right down to the final play, I would add. They gave the Panthers almost more than what they could have handled, though they dropped to 0-6 in the conference and 2-8 overall. But again, folks, this team with a sophomore quarterback and some of the other talented players they have, he'll be back next year, and they're going to be a team to be reckoned with. They moved up this year due to realignment from 4A to 5A, and 5A is the toughest classification in all WPIL. in terms of the overall quality and depth of the talent on these teams, they showed me that they can play. And that'll be next year. We will go to Armstrong for the rematch in the last game of the regular season. What a football game here tonight. And, of course, I want to mention this to you folks. Congratulations to our Week 8 Westmoreland Sports Network Player of the Week. That was Jarrett Garn of Mount Pleasant. Garn caught a touchdown pass, rushed for a touchdown, kicked the field goal, and was 4-4 in extra points. So he had a real good night in the Vikings win over Derry area last week. Congratulations to our other finalists, John Wetzel of Latrobe and Bell Vernon's Curdy Wade. Watch back to our interviews with all of our Players of the Week winners this season now on the Westmoreland Sports Network's YouTube channel. So I'll catch my breath, and I want to thank you folks for tuning in. I don't think we disappointed you, or more importantly, these two teams didn't disappoint you with how they competed. And to me, this is one of the most exciting finish of the year in 2024 involving Franklin Regional for sure. I've broadcast exciting games like that in years past, but this year, this game and how it played out, it was tremendous. And if you didn't get yourself jacked up and enthused on that one, I don't know what we could have done to provide you tonight here on the Westmoreland Sports Network. So I want to thank my producer for her work with me the last couple of weeks. Nicolette Peterson has been here with me producing the games on some of the video broadcasts. I want to thank her, and also the gentleman providing you with all the pictures tonight. If I know Ricky Pitzer, he gave you some good shots of the action out there throughout the game. And this was my second time this year working with Ricky, and I know he delivered a fine job providing you with the video. So this is Jonathan Whaley saying that's all for this time. Until the next time you hear my voice on Franklin Regional Panthers football, it's been a pleasure, and I hope you've enjoyed listening to it as much as I've had delivering the broadcast to you. You take care, have yourself a good weekend, and you have been watching Franklin Regional Panthers football live only on the Westmoreland Sports Network. Good night.